Governor Alex Oti of Abia State. I don't know, at this point, I think it's either I switch my state and become somebody from Abia. Maybe I will start claiming that I come from Abia State. Because I have never seen your type in my life. Governor Alex Oti, I have never seen your type in my life. This man is the best governor in the whole of Africa as a whole. If there is a governor that is better than Alex Oti, show to me. Go in the comment section, write the governor name. If they born you well, if you know you are talking the truth, write the governor name on the comment section. Alex Oti is the best governor in the world. I have never seen a governor that will use state money to buy electric buses for the masses of Abia State, and he did not even put his picture. He didn't even put his hand, talk more of his full picture on the bus. Some governors go and buy bus for their electric bus for their people. He will put his picture big in the bus. You will see it big. You will hear the governor is a working governor. And this one that. Go and see what Oti did. He bought a bus for the Abia people. There is no picture of Alex Oti. Look at it on the screen now. I'm not saying what I don't know. Look at it on the screen. The man is silently watching, and the work that he's doing is loud. I know of some governors that did flyover in their state. They call press conference. They call for carnival. You want to open road, you call carnival. You come and talk. Hey, this one, that one. They say we will not do it. We did it. At this 21st century, you will do one road and you come and call everybody to come and gather, and you will be bragging. Something that is your right. Do you know that when I went to this country, is it Finland? I was in, no, not Finland. I was in Switzerland, Geneva. And one white man told me that, I was not asking him that, do you people ask the government to do road for you? Or what is the consequences if the governor does not, if the government does not do your road? The man now says that if he drive on a road in Switzerland, in Geneva, and the road spoil his tire or damage his car, that he will sue the government and the government will pay him for damage. I laugh. Imagine me go and sue the government because the road spoil my tire. Do you know how many people will be in court already if you want to go that route? Let's leave that matter. I'm talking about Oti. This man will do something. He will never gather anybody to come and see what he did. He has never made a noise. Wallahi, all his work is making the noise. Look at what he did. You know, it's Christmas period now. A lot of people from Abia State are going to their village. I saw a video of somebody traveling to his village, inside local village in Abia State. Wallahi, come and see the road. Come and see road. The road is like clean road. The guy was shouting, hey, Oti, don't do road, oh, reach even village. Oti, do road, reach this side. This na village, oh, see road, oh, Oti, do for town, can't do for village. The guy was shouting. He has done road in all the Abia State. Light in the whole of Abia State. Light. Light. Wallahi, the former governors of Abia State, you're supposed to be ashamed of yourself. Kai! Oti, you see that man, the way he's short, wallahi, what he's doing is tall. What is the use of all the tall people in Abia State? Look at what the short man is doing. Look at what that short man is doing. Doing tall jobs. Tall things. Alex Oti, Kai, the best governor. Wallahi, look at what he did. Bought electric buses that will be conveying people from one part of Abia State to another. Electric vehicle. This is what they are using abroad. All the buses is electric. All the buses electric. They have cable in the air. They have cable. If the bus get to one point, something will touch the cable and it will be charging the bus. They are talking about where in some parts of China now, a road can charge car. They have electric road for electric vehicles. They don't go far. We are here talking about one governor will do road. Everybody will be shouting, he don't do road. People are advancing. You are doing banditry. People don't advance. Development. People are living technological life. You go to buy something, you don't need to put card and say, you put your PIN. No, nobody asks you for PIN. If you travel out, they don't ask for your PIN. You just tap your phone on the POS machine. Bam, just tap it. You are being debited. That's all. You go to supermarket, you can just tap your card. You can just tap your phone. Technology don't go. We are here fighting. We are here.
Tracy, welcome.
You are here doing banditry. Where the countries are developing. Countries in the world are developing.
Yeah, Kenny, welcome. It's sad. It's very sad.
What he's doing, that man don't have time for too much talk.
AGDK, welcome. Compliments of the season.
Too much people.
Guys, please double tap your screen device to like or click on the three dots if you haven't liked.
We have to celebrate the person. You know, in Abia State, Abia people, you better protect all the things that OT is doing for you.
I'm telling you.
Of one idiot that went to be cutting all the wires. That this Christmas lights they did for.
Can you imagine that, Kenny? Imagine that.
Say want to go and sell it.
Yes. Remind me when that time done the near. Just remind me. I go switch.
The person that is even videoing him, you can't even land him a better 500. You are talking to him, asking him, why did you cut the light? Where are you from? You will give him something. Wear up something for this. Something that a man is suffering to do, you are spoiling it. That's why sometimes some governors don't even want to work.
They don't start. Okay. Mo will land this one, then I will switch.
Element will go and destroy it.
We will talk about Anthony Joshua later. And this Don Pedro matter still in my mind. It never come out. It dey pain me. I don't know why. I'm not from Benin, but the thing they pain me.
What the governor is doing. One light and lie. If they catch you destroying property, what the government is doing, one lie you are.
Adeyanju, welcome.
OT is working. Look at what he did. Abia people, you better protect that man.
I'm telling you.
That man is an asset to Abians.
Yeah.
Asset.
To.
As a governor, a lot of people from different states pray for.
I'm telling you.
He protect your life and your property. He bring development infrastructure. What else do we even ask for? We don't ask for too much. Give
at all.
Roads. Then just do infrastructure, give job opportunities. Everybody will live in peace.
Fix the road, make lights there. We go to say ice block. We can make money. That will not be this thing.
Alex Oti, I want to appreciate you. I don't know how this video can even get to Governor Alex Oti. Kai, I love that man.
Honestly, not only you.
That is what they call a
we many. Whether Nigeria will go take refuge now, we never know.
Everything they do for you is your right.
Whether we go change our citizenship to Abia citizen, I beg. And not fish out.
His job. This is what he's supposed to do. But because of the nature of where we come from, we hardly see this kind of things. When we see it, we have to be happy.
Exactly, and praise them. Meanwhile, it's the least. It is the least. That's their job.
Thank you for doing this for the Abia people. I have a lot of fans from Abia State. And I want to appreciate you on behalf of my fans. You are a good man. Inshallah, you will continue the good work in the next tenure.
He said, if we even mount safe, the election style of us will mount, go fight, I beg.
This one, Namumu, what in the talk? What out you do?
No force will mount to, I beg.
You know they see you blind?
And they're blind.
What did he not do?
They're blind.
Your governor don't buy you electric bus for your own state.
Attires, our own, they beat reputable people for streets. That they fold hand as they beat them for streets.
But please,
jungle justice, animals,
from the beginning,
a human skin.
From the middle to almost the end, and the end is allegedly. Allegedly,
Oh my God, I like this guy's comedy, by the way. Okay, let's switch to Voice of the People. Voice of the People. Our barrister Darlington is about to scatter everywhere, and we are here for it.
All right, so yeah, you heard that. This report,
Please,
or will I say
double tap
estimation,
the
has been
screen
since way
device
back
as you
in
enter.
2015. So while
Double
Niger going to
tap,
be advising
double
the
tap.
Nigerian government to
If you haven't
actually
done so
partner with
already.
Turkey, Afghanistan, these are Islamic countries that we know: Al Qaeda, Hamas, and Hezbollah. These persons operate in all of these regions. Why would Sheikh Gumi be advising the Nigerian government to partner with these guys? We heard that they're the ones supporting and providing weapons, all right, to Boko Haram, sophisticated weapons to Boko Haram. Why would he be advising this? Well, we'll look into that in the course of the conversation this evening. And if you had listened to the world news at 6, where we said that banks are now going to be charging 50 naira on electronic money transfers from 10,000 naira and above. Any transaction you make from 10,000 naira and above, you'll be debited 50 naira. But the sender, whoever is sending or transferring that money, will be debited 50,000 naira per 10,000 naira transaction. If you make 10,000 transactions per day, you'll be debited 50 naira. 50 naira will go to the federal government, and also the bank will debit their own 50 naira as well. Meaning, if you go above, let's say 50,000 naira or 40,000 naira per, for example, the bank will also deduct their own charges from that transaction. So the federal government collects from you, and the bank is also collecting from you. I'm talking about from source. Now, Nigerians are worried about this development. The policy is actually not a new one, but
Friday Femi, welcome.
bringing it back to fruition. While Nigerians are mum over all of this concerning
if you try and Kene will switch allegiance sharply.
From the 1st of January,
that's the only thing I don't agree with
the
Barrister
tax commissioning and all of the indicators will full on comments in that particular regard. Barrister Darlington will be giving us his perception, unbiased perception about it. We're going to look at Abubakar Malami, former Attorney General of the Federation, and investigators have linked a bulk of the wealth of Abubakar Malami, the former Attorney General, to a number of sources. Top of the list are the Paris Club reforms made to states, unpaid loans taken from the Central Bank of Nigeria under the Anchor Borrowers Program, and the restitution of the Abacha loot to Nigeria. Remember when I read this at the World News at 6, I had to laugh because as the money was being brought back to Nigeria, it was being relooted by the Attorney General of the Federation. Quite an interesting, when I say kind of memorandum of understanding, these individuals operate in this country to the deficit of Nigeria's development. Malami has been detained by the EFCC ahead of his arraignment before a federal high court in Abuja. Properties estimated at over 200 billion naira have been traced to Malami. The assets are believed to have been acquired when he was Attorney General under former President Muhammadu Buhari from 2015 to 2023. He has denied all allegations in statements by his media team, alleging political persecution and promising to defend himself in court. And well, all of this is ongoing.
The truth, welcome. Chigos, yeah, welcome. Kindly double tap your screen device as you enter. Please like the show,
to calculate how much was to be refunded,
or click on the 3 dots to share and subscribe.
$400 million. This was Malami, as well as, you know, with the allocation at the time when he was involved in the $12 billion from the Federation Post, regardless of how much was owed to the federal, state, and local government, to the creditors. All of this, will be looking into this as well. And anyway, we're going to understand what it portends and how it would affect the polity going forward, considering that Malami seems to be the one of the financial powerhouse in the coalition, the ADC. Also, Mr. Peter Obi held an emergency space yesterday where he made a statement that he did not travel all around the world to become anybody's vice. He is running to be the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But the situation with Peter Obi actually divided the conversation in the polity. Now, please permit me, before obedience begin to lambast. So there are a couple of obedience who really do stance despite the conversation he had with them yesterday. They wanted to know specifically, are you full on joining the ADC? These were the pertinent questions he was asked. He was asked about security, and there were talks about the fact that key questions were not directly responded to. He attributed his past, his experiences in trying to respond, and at the end of the day, he did not really respond as how his listeners wanted to. In other words, people had to make out Peter Obi's response to these questions to what he did not say. That was it. Responses were gotten from him what he did not say. However, he advised that the Obedience can join the ADC. In that particular regard, who knows, maybe by 2026 we'll now get to know precisely the campaign level, where he's running, what party he's running with. He had also said that he is a member of he has been a member of that coalition from the onset. So anybody asking him if he's going to join, he said, join what? Something he was already part of from the beginning. He had to clarify that. However, let's take a listen to him in that space where he was clarifying that he was never going to be a vice president to anybody. He did not go and travel all through the states or countries he traveled to become a vice to anyone. So let's take a brief listen to this.
To learn how they govern in order to be vice all over the world, to learn how they govern in order to be vice. When people go this thing, I'm not to God. I'm going all over the world. I said, Ibrahim followed me with Dr. Mo to Indonesia. And I spent 1 week to 10 days, even going outside Jakarta to go and see the president. You visit president to learn how to be. My brother, good night. Let us not. I said, I'm not to God. I might not even be alive in 2027. Are you aware? The best, the runner, one of the best candidates in Brazil died in a chopper. He died in a copter flying around. I'm happy to God that I'm alive. If I tell you the things that I counter, you will not believe it. Every single day. You know how many times I want to travel out of this country and I'm not allowed to travel. So please, let us go without the same Nigerian easiness. Nigerians don't want to work. They just assume Peter Obi is contesting for the office of the president. I'm not to God. God knows tomorrow. God knows tomorrow. And I'm doing so in the most decent manner. Tomorrow, I am most qualified. And I'll tell anybody I will change this country. Because I've seen the experience. I studied it. I followed it. And you will see the needs to come. That's how I work. I have the capacity. I have the competence.
All right, so I had to play this because I have come across some obedience who, I don't know if they're obedience, who are very obstinate. They literally don't want to listen. If you don't hear from the horse's mouth, they tell you that you're saying what is not there or you're giving something false. I'm sure you heard already where he said that the fact is we are saying we're going to do something, but you can never tell if you're going to be alive to experience that.
That is true.
And a couple of
That's
persons
a
are saying,
good
where
point.
did he say so? How did he say so?
That's
well, I'm
true.
sure you heard it. The space yesterday was impromptu.
Nobody's life is
I think I was
guaranteed
doing the
anyway.
evening rush and I didn't get any information at all, even from a tweet from Eunice Tanko. It was around 10 or past 10 thereabout that the space actually started, and he actually apologized. He says that Yunus Atanko has been asking him to speak with, his followers to understand the trajectory, because Punch had released earlier yesterday, that Peter Obi is joining the ADC on the 31st, or rather declaring his presidential ambition to be run under the platform of the ADC on the 31st of December 2025. And when we heard that from Punch, obviously the conversation was agog and everyone was talking about it. So obviously the conversation he had yesterday was necessary to clarify. But the question is, did it clarify any doubt? Did he really respond to the questions that a lot of the obedience of the supporters wanted to hear, and other members in the ADC? But he want the obedience to not insult anyone. You can actually accommodate people's differences without having to insult them. I think the idea is, do not insult anyone who is in the ADC, if at all, there are some differences on the timeline. But we'll be talking about that in the course of the conversation this evening. There is Nyesom Wiki and Sheyi Makinde in Broglio. If we start breaking that down, I don't even think we'll be done. Marissa Darlington may not be able to leave the studio, and we may not be able to open the phone lines on time. I have quite a number of briefings from Nyesom Wike's media chat, where he made a couple of statements denying that he never ever said volunteered to destabilize the People's Democratic Party, that what Sheyi Makinde said was not true. Also berated Sheyi Makinde for calling him his name, that he had no right to call him his name, and said that Sheyi Makinde is frustrated, called the Ibadan Convention Amala Convention. It was quite an interesting conversation. But anyways, he talked about the fact that politicians like to lie. He's not that kind of person. He believes agreement is agreement. His issue is when people do not live with agreement. And then obviously gave his explanation as to what caused the G5 expulsion, or the G5 emancipation from the People's Democratic Party in 2023. Marissa Darlington Agumwa, good evening. Thank you for being patient for my lengthy introduction on what we'll be discussing today.
I'm okay, Esther, and you?
I'm fine.
Thank God.
I'll be seeing you next year.
Well, thank God we're almost coasting home to 2026.
Yes.
And all those things that we couldn't do this year, we are going to conclude it next year.
What are the things we couldn't do this year, sir?
Those things now.
What things now? Highlight them. I need to understand.
Those things that are personal now.
Like buy me picture, or crediting my account every day.
Good. Then,
is that it? Why didn't you do throughout this year? Why will you want to wait till next year?
Something you do not do today, you can do it tomorrow now.
For the whole 365 days, you didn't do it? Then in 2026, that's going to be your resolution.
We are waiting for the tax reform. I don't know whether there will be balance.
Barrister.
The other things we bought to go to Mba now, you see, we are still adding things up. Huh?
This morning. Barrister Darlington, let's start off with what Sheyi Gumi said.
Okay.
What's your take on that?
Esther.
Sir?
You see, look, they say whenever a music changes the beating, the dancer must change his dance step.
Okay.
I'm telling you, we have given this Gumi a lot of privileges that he does not deserve. Unfortunately, most people don't even see. You are talking of those funding this insecurity, and the person is staring at you in the face. Turkey was the last standpoint of the jihadists before they enter Europe. It was this man, King James, that called the Crusaders to stop this evil before it happened. And that was why they fought these jihadists to a standstill in Turkey. Turkey was purely a Christian community.
Yeah.
Purely. Because of the bitter fight that happened there. These guys had to retreat. And the jihadists took over Turkey. And look at what they have done to that place. Good. When Gumi traveled there the other time, did anybody investigate what he went there to do? Did you? Nobody bothered. Even though some people knew what he was doing. They left him or nobody talked about him. This man has been all over the place, instigating and talking and behaving as if this country belonged to him.
Barrister, he's been talking now.
No.
Ever since this US strike.
I said, why is he allowed to behave in this manner, Esther? Is it not incumbent on President Tinubu to react over it? And they bring me
Hey,
to what I say that
greetings,
Tinubu is
Michael.
afraid of these
Welcome.
people. Esther,
He is.
President Tinubu
He's
is afraid of these people.
He is.
The signs are there.
Yep. You don't
Don't deceive
tell us say
yourself.
they want kill
Why
him.
have you not been so Esther, seriously? As small as I am, if they have given the power of the president of Nigeria, nobody will do this nonsense, and I will allow him.
Telling you.
Esther, I swear to you, you can't try it. You can't try it. I will keep you where you belong. But look at the president of Nigeria, what he's doing with these people. Esther, please tell me, have you ever heard or seen Tinubu coming out strong on these people like Donald Trump? Tell me, the day Tinubu came out and make a very strong statement, call all of them that to stop this nonsense before he will deal with them. Have you ever heard it from him? But look at Trump from far away America. You can see the. Meanwhile, Shegumi is telling us that those who support. Look at the word he used. Anyway, I want to reply him. Those who are equally supporting bandits and terrorists, those who are arming them, those who are bringing arms and ammunition to them, they are more stupid. Yes, they are more stupid because if you love this country, you will not allow them to be disturbing.
He says that the US is also a terrorist country. Made historical reference points to what happened in Afghanistan, what happened also during the Soviet Union. He also made reference to even the situation with Osama bin Laden, that these are the individuals that caused the war, and these militants eventually lead them and destabilize. And made reference to what happened in Libya. So that's what he's saying, that the US are a terrorist organization. So they're a terrorist institution, a terrorist country. How do you partner with a terrorist country? But advocating that Turkey, Afghanistan,
that is sponsoring them,
the Nigerian government should deal with. Are we a Muslim nation?
You can see the mindset of these people.
Yep.
Esther, I told you
the mindset of him, not people.
What on Esther? You see these jihadists and their mentality, it's a mindset. Except to do with them with force, they will not listen to you.
I'm telling you.
That is why when they were talking of kinetic solution, I said no. You don't deal with whatever kinetic or non-kinetic with this type of problem. You don't. They
it's
don't
violence for violence. They're not the year negotiation.
This type of people. Why do you think America is up there as the most powerful nation in the whole world?
They're not the negotiate with terrorists.
So? They don't take prisoners when it comes to this matter.
Yep.
You dare America, They will not only go to war against you, they go against your country. Remember when Mutalab wanted to bomb a Pan Am airline? Obama was already threatening to bomb Nigeria before they sent their missiles to him, Abi. They sent a powerful.
Imole, welcome.
You people trained him. He grew up in America, not Nigeria, so he's equally part of you. Before the man was able to cool down. That is what they call to protect their people. Here, we bring in terrorists into Nigeria, and we are proud of it, Esther.
Yep.
The people that did it, they are very proud of it.
Yep.
They have been threatening us that we must accept them or else we will not have peace. Esther, please, how do you tolerate this kind of human being? If I make reference to Nnamdi Kanu, they say what concern. This was exactly what that young man was talking about. How do you live with people who believe in violence 24 hours, who don't want peace in Nigeria, who want to take over everything, that even your own property, what belongs to you, they want to take it? Esther, how do you live with such a people, please? Is that what you are going into 2026 with? I will continue to blame Tinubu for not taking charge. Because if he had done the needful, America will not come here to embarrass us in this manner.
What if he was also afraid? I mean, you saw the security breach.
So why did he become president?
An almost coup that took place. And you can never tell whatever conversation agreement was hard. You remember that woman who came and told us that when she
cannot protect lives and property. Why are you president?
Kindly remind me, where she said that the president did not want to even speak about it, that they could actually kill him. What if that's basically his major concern?
Are you serious? Esther,
sir?
The president of a country is afraid of terrorists in his country, Abi?
Are you not afraid? I mean, something that Buhari could not do. These are his
Are
kingsmen.
you serious? Oh, they have become so powerful. They are not. Oh, so you have accepted that this is the reality for a Nigerian president? Are you serious? But will they accept it? This thing Gumi has been doing all of Esther. What will happen if you arrest Gumi and put him where he belongs for supporting terrorists?
If you recall, way back in 2015, Gumi said that anytime he went to visit the terrorist enclaves, he was accompanied by
that was
the
under
Nigerian.
Buhari.
Yes, under Buhari. He was accompanied by the Nigerian military. He didn't go there alone. But when they were designated terrorists, his contract with them ended. So if you are saying that the Nigerian government knew about these guys, they know where they stay. I mean, what do you expect?
So if you are contacted with what you as you want us to believe, what are you now doing with them? Even under Tinubu's presidency, you are still gallivanting, you are still
exactly
hobnobbing with them. There is no truth in that man.
At
Seriously.
all. None. Fraud.
And because nobody have taken time to put him where he belongs, that's why he's doing all this.
Exactly.
I don't like this president and his approach to matters like this.
At all.
Like he told us he's this
strategists might be behind.
This is the time you're supposed to show that strategy, that force in you. Because you swore to protect life and property. And under your watch, those lives and property are being wasted. And you are not even talking. Esther, he is not even talking.
So they said that the missiles did not literally hit anyone. It was just, massive landing. I think we heard that a part of the missile struck a particular medical facility in one of the communities in Sokoto. But there are talks that indeed the Lakurawa terrorist group, that is their haven. In fact, that they have begun to dig borehole, what do you call that thing? Borehole water in this community. They stay here. The residents know who they are, but they can't say anything. They've integrated themselves into the community.
Just like
Benue
and Plateau.
Exactly.
Yes.
Their power base is actually there. It's a major area where Lakurawa stays. So, and we heard that the US did not necessarily tell the Nigerian government to share any delicate information with the Nigerian military because of the fact that there have always been leaks when it comes to tactical movement to eviscerate these guys. But the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Mr. Daniel Obrala told us that it was a shared intelligence between the Nigerian government and the US, although the US were the ones who
and the other one lie say they phone with Ted Cruz for how many minutes? We say Ramako Rubio liars.
Because when it happened, the president was in Lagos.
From what I'm seeing now, I am beginning to think that Donald Trump acted alone. Initially,
yes,
I never believed it.
Yes, he did.
But why would a foreign country be bombing your own country, and you now decided to move out of that country?
I'm telling
as
you.
the president. First, he left Abuja for Lagos, and started your festival all of a sudden.
He started the festival all of a sudden.
Your festival in celebration of his mother and father. Is that not what they call for that your festival? Something that is unprecedented in the history of that tradition and culture.
Please, if you're Yoruba, kindly send me a WhatsApp message. Let me know if what Barcelona is saying is what it is. Your festival is to celebrate the parents of the president, or is it not a tradition, in Yoruba land? I would like to know. Get clarification on that, please.
Esther, before you even call anybody, we need to interrogate this matter further.
Okay.
That festival was constituted to celebrate Tinubu's parents. That was what it's all about.
Bam!
For your festival.
Yes.
Bam!
That was what it was all about. And that is a period where the governor of Lagos State have already started the celebration of 30 December and all that.
Please, I would like to know, Abeg, if you know anything.
No, seriously. I told you how the big is, and I keep it close to the ground. That was what that festival is all about.
You want to play with Barrister Daliti?
It was announced.
Dropping facts.
It was announced. At the end of the day, Seyi Tinubu was even the celebrant. The way he was decorated and the way
he's the next governor.
All over the place.
That is what they are saying.
And this is an aberration, Esther. Esther, please listen and listen good. This is an aberration because this tradition of Eyo, I know the history. They said it is only It is only for prominent Yoruba sons
Bam.
Okay.
who have achieved a lot, who have done a lot for the Yoruba race. It was never for any woman. Never.
Okay,
So
but
what is-
Barrister, hold
what
on.
is-
Somebody just sent a message that it is a way of sending the souls of a departed king, high chief, or an illustration.
Guys, please double tap your screen device to like
or a coronation
to
of a new
abeg.
king.
So,
Okay.
If you haven't done
what is
so
But what
already.
king was being coronated?
That is the question here, Esther. Listen and listen, because you know why I'm going to say this now. For tomorrow,
Exactly.
Esther, for tomorrow, listen very well.
Yes.
You say this culture that they are creating now in Yoruba land. Let them not bring Igbos here into it later.
Exactly.
Because I remember-
Igbos
Oh,
into
listen.
Let him talk now, Esther.
Listen, now I'm talking. Listen.
Please, let the
Listen.
man
The
talk.
other day,
Esther, relax.
Oro came out in the daytime. Two of us. Oro festival. Because the P2B wanted to campaign. They brought it out. Is that not a desecration of a culture? Listen, because one Dr. Hassan, I remember when he wrote a letter here. And he was talking about Igbos desecrating their culture and tradition in Lagos State. Esther, when I came here, I was so angry. I pursued him until I could not see him or hear him. Dr. Hassan, he said the one lecturer at you because of marriage or whatever. He brought Igbos into the matter. Now, let us go back to this area. Esther, there is nothing wrong in celebrating your parents, so Abi? Anybody can do that. But to do that to desecrate a culture and tradition of a people.
Yeah, because they
You have
allowed
to do
it.
that.
Because they allowed
In the
him.
first place, the Tinubu family in Lagos State, they are complicit in this matter. Why are they keeping quiet over this thing that is going on? Why have they not come to clarify matters so that we know who and who they are celebrating and who is their own family member? Is it not important? They kept quiet too. Nobody's talking now. Esther, nobody's talking.
Okay,
because I remember whenever they mention Oyetayo in Osun State, the next thing you hear is that Tinubu's nephew. Is that not true? For somebody to be nephew to somebody, that means your mother and that person came from the same parents. Is that not true, Esther?
Yes.
Good. So if Oyetayo is Tinubu's nephew, that means they came from Osun State.
Barrister,
Or
hold on.
does somebody have two fathers?
It's possible. Yeah, somebody had two fathers.
How does that happen?
One biological and another one
In
godfather.
what way? Please, you have started now. You have started. And so you have to desecrate a culture and tradition, Abi. And your festival have never been used to celebrate any woman in Yoruba land. And so if Madam Tinubu is your mother, let us know how. How did it happen? Is it not proper that you now make this thing clear? For future's sake. Esther, for future's sake, that's what I'm
let me
saying.
get proper clarification. We educate ourselves
Good.
here. I have always known the Ayo festival as a Yoruba tradition or a Yoruba traditional outlet, right? But you're telling us that this particular Ayo festival, that it's not the time for it, or that it was just called for to celebrate the president?
Exactly.
Wow.
It was announced, clearly announced that is what it is meant for.
Oh.
And people are asking questions. But I call on Yoruba elders and holders of tradition and culture. What are you doing?
But you saw that they were beating people that day.
Esther, hold on, Esther, listen. The Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò, Oba of Lagos, Elebu Ibo of Yoruba land, and all the other traditional title holders what are they doing about this thing that is happening?
They
now?
no go do anything. They don't
your
chop in
culture
pepper and
that all of a
tomatoes
sudden
now.
This aberration will be happening and you keep quiet.
Alatenuje people,
What
they no
if
go
tomorrow
talk.
comes? Who will you blame?
They are.
Hold on. If tomorrow comes,
They've
who
made
will you
all
blame
the
for
money
this
that
is going on
their
today?
lineage would
If you
have
want
made.
to even do, is it not supposed to be your biological mother, the woman that gave back to you? Let's even assume that yes, you want to celebrate your parents. Are they truly your parents? Yoruba Ronu, Yoruba Ronu. Because tomorrow, when this thing will backfire, they will bring Igbos. Since Igbos came, they have destroyed our culture and tradition. And that's why you'll be here to support it. Yes, now you say yes, the Igbos, they are very brash.
Where Where is this coming from?
I have told you, I gave you example here.
Oh,
Did you hear me?
Esther, I will be here to support it. How?
Because of this thing you are saying now.
What did I say?
You are trying to interject. Listen to me.
No, barrister, let's not make remarks like this. And no, don't please.
Because tomorrow now,
no, barrister,
not Esther in particular. Your people, those people who don't want to hear my voice. I am calling them out now before it happens because I know it will happen. This aberration is the destruction of a culture and tradition of a people. Esther, if you want to do it, why not do with your proper mother who gave birth to you? What is this disease? Why will it end? The Tinubu family, why can't they come out and tell us the truth about these things? How can you continue to lie from beginning to the end to everybody? And you
Overtake, welcome. Tell us what you know now. Tell us your own version, since you don't know, since you say it's putting mouth, put mouth to correct it in the comment section now. Let's know what you know. Let's have it.
It does not matter.
Counter what he's saying. Put it in the comment section.
Why are they not talking? Why would this thing happen? At your festival?
Who says you're not
And
speaking?
Sheyi Tinubu is all over the place. You saw him. He was even the chief celebrant. Please let me talk another thing, Jare. Tomorrow night, because they kept quiet now, tomorrow they find a way to blame the Igbos.
That's true. That is very true. That is very true.
They will find a way.
I beg. Wait till we dey see for Nigeria. I beg, leave Barrister Darlington to talk. Oh, I beg.
This deceit that
Yes.
has gone on for too long.
Yes.
You lie about everything.
I'm telling you, everything is a lie. Everything.
Why can't they come out and say
They will not come out. They have eaten pepper and tomatoes. They have eaten oil. Allah tenuje, greedy, gluttonous bastards. They will come out.
With the
May they come out. May Tinubu remind them of what how it make them something.
Accept it. Tell me the truth. We don't accept it. But now,
Overtake, talk your own now. Which one we are not coming to gaslight us. Talk your own. You say wetin the man, you not supposed to put mouth. Abi, say wetin talk, you don't know wetin they talk. You talk your own, make we know. Now they come, they tell me say not be everything. Put her there. Social media era. Let's know your own truth. So that next time Barrister Darlington is talking, somebody can call in and say no, it's not true. That's how you do it. Don't come here and come and be doing
it's
talking
celebrated. Now it has become an all-commerce affair. Yes, now. Tomorrow when another person will say, no, it cannot happen. They say, but you did it for somebody did it. So what is it? You can say what we are talking about, Esther. This thing that everybody is keeping quiet, everybody is tolerating. If you cause problem, you chase a sheep in the daytime. Because when it is night, you may not find it. Let it be on record that we said it, so that tomorrow nobody will come and call our name.
Exactly.
Like that Dr. Hassan was talking the other time.
I completely agree.
Whenever they cause problem for them, they look for somebody to blame.
I'm telling you.
Esther, true of us.
True.
True of us.
True.
Whenever they cause problem for themselves, they will turn around and blame you for it.
Yep.
And that is why I am saying it now. It is not proper.
Who are the people that whenever they
Esther,
cause
it is not
problems,
proper.
Yeah,
It is not
Barrister
proper.
Darlington,
for
talk
themselves and blame
am.
you
Yes.
You don't know the people, Abi. You don't know them. Don't worry. When the time comes, you will know them. Shebi, you are in this Lagos. Don't worry yourself. I don't call that people. Let them go and look inward and see this thing that is happening, whether it is proper. The other time it was Oro in a broad daylight. Oro festival that everybody know when you are
festival, everyone condemned it.
are you
wasn't
serious?
meant to be called at that time.
Everyone condemned. After what happened?
The sacredness of the traditional institution should not be politicized.
Okay, if after Oro happened and you sanctioned it, did you sanction those people? Then why did this one too happen now? Why did it happen? When a festival was going on, and did you notice one thing? There is this culture of using one event to suppress the other.
Exactly.
Lagosians were enjoying dirty December until all of a sudden this one came. Is that not true? So, are you in dirty December or Oro festival now? Tell me, which one are you in?
Both.
You can see now. This was exactly one of that young man did the other time when we want to celebrate our people who died at Lekki Toll Gate. October 20th. That was when he remembered to fight for Nnamdi Kanu. And I said it is not proper. Let us respect the soul of these people.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, what came out of it? Esther, people should be very careful with the way they do things. So don't do things that will hurt you later. Don't do things. You say culture and tradition, yet you don't want to uphold it. You don't want to give it the respect.
You are lying about it,
Yes,
twisting the tradition to suit your narrative.
Barrister, you want me to respond?
Respond.
Because you shouted me down, so I can't say anything.
So, but let it be on record, though. That's what I'm saying. Let it
Yes.
be on record, because I know what you're going to
I
do
support
later.
barrister
I don't need to
Daliti.
be told. There are other things
Yes.
but I don't need to say it, but I made my point.
Yes.
How can we continue to live in this deceit for God's sake?
Ataya.
How?
How?
Look at
People need to tell the truth.
How are we going to live with this deceit? Esther? And you are wondering why Nigeria is not moving forward.
It cannot move forward. Lies everywhere. Barbarians everywhere. Lies.
Right now,
Liars. Terrorist organization. People that ought to tell the truth do not tell. They don't chop, clean mouth. Some of them, they go wash plate for Tinubu house. Now their house boy and house girl. Now they even make their traditional leader. So they cannot talk. Useless
a festival where we saw persons being hurt, being beaten, reason, and it escalated to something else. Which one of them is your bone of contention?
All this thing you mentioned is an aberration. You don't celebrate your festival for this type of thing. It is for a prominent event, prominent king. Somebody just told you when is done, Esther. Why are you still asking me?
No, I just wanted to understand.
You understand? Somebody told you. Yes, that's why.
Understand the definition.
Yes,
of
it shouldn't have come. It shouldn't have come when people are enjoying their Christmas festivity and all that. It should have been a separate thing. When something important happen,
during
Esther.
the election, your festival seem to always hold when the important things
the evening rush continues. I would implore you to kindly stay with us. Our break is going to be very short.
I beg you, make we pause. I beg. Every time, another time they remember, say they want bring out Ayo. They don't abuse the culture and tradition. Abuse everything. The gods are no longer responding to it on their soul anymore. That's turned it upside down. Oga, explain. All this gaslighting, not be waiting we ask you. Talk your own. All this one wey you dey talk, have you seen or say, I beg you, dey compare yourself to Vatican City. That is you people's problem. That is the mindset. You people don't know how to say what you suppose. You are here now. You are trying to compare to Vatican City. Talk your own. The problem when they inside your pocket, inside your sokoto, the one when they burn you in your kahunas. Talk it. Leave Vatican City alone. Focus on your focus. The question I ask you and this one you are giving is not the same. All right, stop the gaslighting. If you don't have anything to say you don't know. Nobody's going to hold you. Say you don't know. So somebody is literally turning your culture upside down. You people will come here and come and be gaslighting. Somebody has said the one that he knows. Say your own. Now we ask you. You dey speak English. I don't know who you dey speak English for. I don't understand. But you concern Vatican City. Are you from Italy? Are you? I beg you. How many of you don't see for here? Come they say, oh, you know, Leona. Now go carry their matter. Wetin no concern and now na sabi talk. Now na sabi talk. They ask you straight question, you no fit answer. You dey carry me go where I don't know. You dey carry me go where I don't know. I tell you, say I'm from Vatican City. Did I tell you that I'm from Vatican City? Have I ever I don't speak Italiano to you. Excuse you. Answer the question. It's simple. You say somebody does not know what they are saying. He took maths for what you know. Talk your own. Chook your mouth. Talk your own truth. Since you seem to know. If you don't know, say, I don't know. I don't know about it. Let me go and find out. No. I beg you, shift. You can hear words, Jare. See whether they have come back. Beg.
Our break is going to be very short.
No be dreamo with your hako. Now you the Abuja office now corporate 13 my illiterate center for River State. Your hako. Website na www.
Nigeria. Welcome, Sahim. Greetings to you. How are you? Compliments of the season. Hello, friend. Exactly. Pope even addressed boarding school scandal. Imagine. No, as by person they talk wetin you know. This one they come, they say it's not everything you chook mouth, talk your own too. Who has time for this gaslighting that you people did in 2022? We don't got time for that. Please shift. If you don't know, say you don't know, or you don't say anything. Please beg. I'm telling you, they all believe Ikeja na Yoruba word. I beg you, can hear word. They're not born the Oba way to come. They're not born anywhere. Any of them way to come challenge Tinubu. May they try and now. People when don't chop Tinubu pepper and salt. When they go there, now they over here. They wash plate for Tinubu kitchen. Some of them they sit down. Tinubu wife go feed them. That they even follow and cook for kitchen, house boy and house girl to Tinubu. Now you say may they come and come talk. May they try and now Tinubu go use the wipe ground. They know they've eaten sour grapes. Their teeth is set on edge. They know they're not born there where. Even the Obas, now Tinubu they put them there. Now Tinubu they put and remove. They remove them, they put. You don't bastardize the culture, Yoruba culture that me I used to be proud of. I go they look, they admire them. The man don't bastardize everything. You call they call your call. You better hold your mouth there. Oh. Nothing to brag about again, please. Oh Tilule, everything Tilule. Because you people don't want to say the truth. It has luled. Big shift.
Illiterate Center for River State.
Rubbish.
That is the first question. That is the first question. They will not talk now. But when the thing will not boomerang, they will look for a way to bring Igbos into the matter.
Exactly. By Saddam,
that's why I'm saying it
yes.
Omoye Sowore said something that those who are in charge of this government are literally working corpses. He said the president traveled to Europe because he's sick, because that was not part of his itinerary. Bayo Nanoga, the president's advisor on information and strategy, disclosed that the president was coming to spend the Yuletide season in Lagos, and the president's quick visit to Europe wasn't part of the itinerary. But the president is saying literally that is Bayo Nanoga's team, in response to the president's quick, prompt trip to Europe, was that from there he's scheduled to attend the 2026 Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week Summit, and that it was the president there that invited, President Bola Ahmed to be part of it. Sowore said that one of the reasons why the president was flown to Europe was for quick medical attention, and that the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, is practically dying. What if it was any reason at all the president decided to utilize the holidays to travel? And then others have said this is not the time for the president to travel, with the reconnaissance and the US jets hovering around volatile areas in the country. It doesn't show any form of responsibility that the president jets out of the country at this critical point in time. How response to all of this?
My response is that Tinubu have deliberately outsourced his responsibility to Donald Trump.
Bam!
That is just the simple explanation and truth.
Louder.
Donald Trump is now in charge.
Yes.
He's the one controlling Nigeria and their military.
Yes.
Meanwhile, the commander-in-chief is nowhere in sight.
For where?
What does that tell you? Is it the best time for Tinubu to travel? If all things were normal. First, he came to Lagos to celebrate from he traveled to Europe. What does that tell you? Meanwhile, serious issues are going on in the north.
You don't care.
A commander-in-chief. So
He's a strategist. He's a strategist.
I gave the example that when Osama bin Laden was to be taken down in Pakistan, Abbottabad, Barack Obama was in the situation room to watch the scene throughout. All the operations, he observed it. He was there in the situation room to see things to the end of it. And now, a serious matter like this, is Tinubu not supposed to be watching events from somewhere in Aso Rock to see what is happening? To see if Donald Trump is bombing the right places where these people are. Yes, now.
But the president could actually be paying attention to what is going on from Europe, even if he's
Are you serious? So you are governing from abroad?
Yeah, we forgotten the last time he went on leave. He said to what
in a matter like this, your country.
At that
Exactly.
point in time, Nigeria was going through its severe worst cases of insecurity when he traveled.
So when you have this kind of absentee president, how can the country move forward?
Thank you.
In the first place, Esther, if Tinubu has
Skido, welcome.
will Nigeria be like this? Will Donald Trump will come?
Mm-hmm.
If he had done like this to do what he swore to do, when he said he will protect life and property of Nigerians, if he had done that, please, will Donald Trump come in? The answer is left for you and other people that are listening. Yes. Is it not because of lack of leadership, which you could not provide, that made America to use Nigeria now as a laughing stock? Nobody could even challenge Donald Trump. All those nonsense about sovereignty, all of them have been thrown through the window.
He's in the bush by the wayside.
Sovereignty of a state. But the terrorists can come in here, you can bring in terrorists to come and kill us. That time,
terrorists that don't belong in Nigeria.
They didn't observe the sovereignty of the state. But when somebody wants to come and help us, Gumi is telling you that the man is stupid, everybody is stupid, Abi. Esther, you can see the country you are in.
Me and you.
You can see the type of country you are in.
We are in.
And somebody is blaming Nnamdi Kanu. Is that not the cause of his agitation, Esther? Is this not the cause of Nnamdi Kanu's agitation? A country like this. Where is the respect for Nigeria now? Giant of Africa.
In the bush.
Esther, look at a country with everything you can think of on earth that God has. Look at where we are. No leadership, no economy, nothing, politics, everything. Just upside down.
Jaga, jaga.
All because of one ethnic group that wouldn't want Nigeria to have peace.
What ethnic group? What ethnic group is that?
Who are those people that came in here since 1804? Who are those people? Since that time, have you had peace? Who are those people that are all over our forests? To rear their cow. Who are those people? Tell me. Who are those people that are issuing order? Telling us that if you don't allow open grazing, Nigeria will not find peace. Who are those people? Esther. Is there any ethnic group that does business more than the Igbo man? Have you seen where Igbo man is said that, look, if you don't allow me to do my business here, heaven will fall?
Exactly.
Have you heard?
No, for where? Now to bring business, shut off shop. Yes.
Is that not true?
Become bigger.
But these people, we pamper them, give them everything, as if we owe them. We owe them an obligation.
Masquerade, welcome.
I don't understand. Up to today.
No, my Esther. Esther, they play devil's advocate. You don't say that they fear. Journalists, they fear to talk for Nigeria.
What is the problem of you are giving? What is the problem with you and Nigeria? Come and tell us. Why is it that you are behaving as if Nigeria belongs to you? Come and call a meeting. Let us even interrogate this thing. Nobody wants to do that, Esther. Not that we are looking for a way to pamper them. We have created all manner of things for Fulani so that they are with peace. Yes, they refuse. Now we have created the livestock ministry. The man is there, Jega, up to today. Have you heard anything, Esther? Have you heard anything from that ministry?
You remember that in my introduction I said we have a lot of moribund ministries, departments and agencies. Those guys collect salaries every month. They have aides and workers working for them, but we do not get any report at all, and there's no accountability. Nobody is asking questions. A lot of those ministries, personnel and agencies are saliently active, collecting monies, and they're not given any requisite performance. I think that's something that the president's chief of staff needs to look into. It's very, very important important. You can't designate
Chief of-
the president's chief of staff. I mean, these are part of their. This is part of what they organize themselves to do, and the Senate is also supposed to look into this. What are the moribund ministries and agencies that are existing on paper with persons collecting money, and there's no requisite performance from those ministries and departments? Because it's unexplainable how we still have that kind of system operating. Barrister, you're saying that the president is not from Lagos State?
You say what?
You said the president is from Osun State.
I said.
When you were speaking, yeah, you said that he's not from
So,
here.
did anybody contradict it?
No, I'm just asking.
You are just asking me. I said Oyetayo. Who was the former governor of Osun State. Whenever they mention, they say it's Tinubu. True or false?
True.
So for you to be somebody's nephew, that means your mother and that person must have come from the same parents. Abi? So why is Oyetayo not claiming lineage with the Tinubu family in Lagos State here? It has to be Bola Ahmed Tinubu only. Esther, how does he add up? Tell me. Please tell me. His siblings from Osun State are not laying claim to Tinubu, original Tinubu family in Lagos. It is only him. Esther, how does that add up? Tell me. And the original Tinubu family, they are not very quiet on this matter because their bread has been buttered.
Ayokunle, welcome.
Their bread has been buttered. They just kept quiet. Remain criminally silent over this matter.
Criminally silent.
Well, of course, you are allowing this thing to happen. Why? If it is an armed robber that is parading your name, will you keep quiet? Tell me, Esther, if it's an armed robber that is known, will you keep quiet? Won't you come? Look, enough is enough. But look at how they kept quiet. Why don't you come out and call a one press conference and explain this so that everybody will know which one is which? The truth on this matter. Are we not supposed to know, Esther? Please tell me. If any other person from any other region in this country come out with this type of
Ayokunle, put your own facts. Let's see your facts. Not be to the type fast fingers. Put out the same fact. Use your fast finger. Put out your facts. No, we see them.
Identified. You don't know when you come up to tell all these things. Now it is from their own side. Everybody has kept quiet. Nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to discuss it. Esther. Is it proper? You are setting a very dangerous precedent for tomorrow. And we are saying it here, right here and now. We need clarification on this matter. We need clarification. This deceit is enough. This lie is enough. That's what we are saying here. No human being ever have two fathers. No human being. Biological father. It can never be two. It's only one.
All right, Barrister. There's going to be a resolution in the way we do our transfers from next year. It's already an existing policy. It's been there, but they're resuscitating it. I think the last time it was brought up, Nigerians protested against it and it was dropped, but now they're bringing it back on. And what it means actually is the fact that from 2026 to 1st, any transaction you make from 10,000 naira and above, you'll be charged 50 naira from source. So the bank will take 15 naira and the federal government will take 15 naira. Like it's almost like 100 naira per 10,000 naira transaction. So if you're sending money to anybody, and let's say, for example, you operate either POS or you do businesses where you have to transfer money to someone 10,000 naira and above, per 10,000 naira transfer that you make, 15 naira will be debited from the person who sent the money. Now, also, the bank as well will deduct from you and money will go to the federal government as well. Now, here is where the situation got a little bit, worrisome. It's because millions of Nigerians rely on frequent small value transfers. The idea is to meet daily needs. You understand, the additional government charge layered on existing banking costs. We have banking costs. I think, for example, today I transferred to my e-hailing cab and I was 5 naira or something, or 15 naira was taken from my money. So it happens like that. And then you have VAT, sometimes SMSs, all of this, the banks removes it from whatever transaction you make. Even when you pay with POS at any of the outlets where you're paying, you get charged. Something comes out from your money to this, guys. If you make a cumulative countdown of how much is collected like this from all Nigerians, you can imagine how much the bank is making.
Okay,
And
so
how
he
much
made
we
a
need for
mistake.
energy. This is
He switched
excluding
it, so
all the
okay.
tax policy reforms that is being implemented
I beg
that Nigerians
you.
will have to obey from next year.
Call him when you have the number and go and
Customers
correct
have in
him.
recent weeks concerns over what they describe as a steady rise in transaction-related deductions, and that's not wrong. That's very true. Noting that the quiet rollout of the new 15-hour levy has heightened anxiety. Barrister, how would you react? Do you think this is not the time? You don't tax on all fronts. We are trying to psychologically compartmentalize ourselves ahead of 2026, and this is also happening. Do you think this will discourage persons from saving monies in the bank, especially small business owners or those who don't even
I'm
receive
not
lump
go
sums of
save,
money
if not
monthly?
me. But I will be
Esther,
very quiet about
in
it.
the whole
Make
of
them not come
Europe and
too far.
America, they don't play or joke with tax. People pay tax even from source. Are you aware?
Yes.
Good. Now, in Nigeria, where is the system that will power this thing they are talking about?
Bam.
Do you have a structure where these taxes will be captured, where these taxes will be safeguarded, where these taxes will be used for what it is meant to be used, Esther? That is the question. I was thinking they will use the template of Lagos State with Alpha Beta. All the taxes Alpha Beta collected for Lagos State, where are they? At the end of the day, how did that adventure, where did it end? How did it end up? Esther, please tell me. This one that Oyedele is going all over the whole world looking for. That thing, that if Alpha Beta had been a success story, Esther, it would have been a template.
Exactly.
As simple as that. You don't need to travel to anywhere.
Exactly.
You would have used Alpha Beta as a template. And so, what are you telling me now? That means Alpha Beta did not work. That's why Oyedele did not look in that direction. So, what are you telling me, Esther? That this tax is meant is for your own good. That is what we are saying. In the midst of this thing that we are talking about here, even the tax reform, the law that will power it, is even shrouded in fraud and all manner of secrets. It is not clear as I talk to you now. People are already warming up to go to court against it. Yes, sir. In the midst of all this, so listen very well, Nigerians, listen, and this is where I'm coming now. Listen, Esther, which agency of government is our cash cow in this country today? Can you please remind me? You know, by this time.
Are you referring to FIRS? They are the ones that
I mean,
tell us
I said the one that brings foreign exchange, you think come for us, our cash cow.
Not
Where do we get it mostly? Which of those agencies? Is it not from the petroleum?
NNPC.
Is that not where we get our?
Yeah.
Is that not the place?
Yeah.
Now, that particular agency, as I talk to you now, Esther, we are looking for 210 trillion naira that is missing from there. Nobody has accounted for that money. True or false?
True.
Esther, the same agency that such an amount of money is missing in their hand, they now said they did the reconciliation, and the federal government of Nigeria wrote off about 8 trillion naira that this particular agency is owing us. The Nigerian government, they are owing the Nigerian government. The Nigerian government say, okay, don't worry, since you cannot pay, we'll write it off. 8 trillion naira. Esther, how many now? You are telling me that with all this plundermania, because this is lutemania, that the tax you are going want to collect by January, or it will be safe, Abi? No, Esther, don't tell me. Add all this things together. You now know where I'm coming from and where I'm going. Eh? Is it not when you take care of the penny, the pounds will take care of itself?
Well, Paris, I'm getting reports now on YouTube. I think I can see some responses on that the 59 deduction had already come in. That this one that they're just announcing it, that the banks have been silently doing it. They're beginning to mention some fintech banks who actually deduct that from transactions already. Okay, but why would they do that without officially notifying Nigerians? Why do you deduct their money without them knowing?
They believe that all of us are Mumu. Nobody chases the statement of account.
I check my statement
Hold
of account.
on. How many of you? Some illiterate bankers, they don't even know what they are talking about. If not that somebody like Innocent Moto was able to call his forensic auditor to check would that man have known that 24 billion, Esther, 24 billion of his money, 24 billion naira have been taken away from his account by a particular bank? Esther, if not that guy is a big boy, which company, which business will you remove such a money from the account and they are still existing? 24 billion, and you think that he's the only person they are doing that into? Is it possible? No, is it possible that it is only Innocent that they are doing that into? They are doing it to a lot of Nigerians, unknown to them. I can sit down here and tell you that these banks, they do it to a lot of Nigerians who are not aware of it. So when at the end of the year, this bank will be posting trillions and trillions and trillions of naira profit. You ask yourself, where did it come from? It is the money they extorted from you and I. The money they took away from our account without our knowledge. But they will be quick to tell you how Yahoo boys and all these boys who took money from them. But they will not tell you how much they took from us. You can see the contradiction here.
So even with your bank app, but they said interbanking transactions is exempted from this. But if you're
won't even know.
What I mean interbanking, that is within the same bank, it's exempted. But any other bank outside your own bank, they will do that. For USSD transaction, they deduct, I think, whether it's 10 naira or 6 naira, thereabout. The deduction is consistent.
They will not observe all these things. They will do it and wait for you to complain. They will say, sorry, we are going to correct it. That's what they are going to do. You see, these Nigerian banks, I know them very well. They will mix everything up and wait for you to complain. And help you if you do not complain. They will not tell you, why did you complain now? Since how many months now? You should have complained now.
But that's fraudulent.
It's not.
It is actually fraudulent.
It's not. These banks, that is what they are going to do now. They will never observe this thing strictly as they are proposed. They are going to put everything together.
Just deduct.
Deduct. And then maybe one day when you now say, these are 50 naira, which can be on this, what is 50 naira? This,
But if you look at it, Barrister, imagine if you do transactions.
From January to December. And people that do volume, Esther, we are, in fact, that is why it is said that the fish start rotting from the head. If things were normal and everybody is doing things as supposed to be, won't everybody fall in line, Esther?
Obviously. It's automatic.
So when the head, they could not account for 210 trillion naira. Is 50 naira you are going to ask from bank?
Well, Barrister, I think at this point in time, it will be responsible for Nigerians to ask and demand for accountability. It's not about the fact that, my brother is there, I don't care what you guys say, it's because it's my brother. If it was another ethnic group, you guys would not, you guys would protect the person and all that. I think leadership at this point in time is Nigerians leadership, accountable quality. For sure, he believes that we've always had leaders who are old, who are sick, who use our resources to elongate their lifespan. When
the man at downstream petroleum sector, that Farouk
Ahmed,
the man that the children are schooling in the most expensive school in Switzerland, when he was asked to resign, Benga, who is there at the upstream, he had to resign on his own. Do you know why?
Why?
It is from that place that this reconciliation was done, where they discovered this shortage that they could not remit to Nigeria. And instead of prosecuting him and whatever happened there, they now said that they have written it off. So the man can go with the money and all that. Esther, can you see where we are going in Nigeria? It is from that particular section of NNPC or whatever they are calling themselves, that money, we could not, 1.4 plus another 5 trillion was written off for NNPC. Esther, Benga. Okay.
Hey. Is there a lie in what the Barrister Darlington said? Is there any lie? Any lie there inside? Any lie there? GDP don't tell when GTP don't they, the small money when I be get for GTB account, they don't dwindle am with their 50 naira. They don't feel, I not even bother. That's been many years now. I not bother. I know they interested in anything in Nigeria until we get it right. Never. It's crazy. Not be small money now. Kene is not even egg I'm beating, no. He said they beat egg. It's not even egg. I was beating something, but it wasn't egg. Darlington is a very good analyst. I'm telling you, Mr. Adekunle, welcome. Oh, greetings to you. Shout out. Merry Christmas to all of you. Tracy saying on that. I beg, oh, Tracy. You know, not die, oh, I beg. Very unserious. I said Nigeria is in the bush. It's by the wayside. It's in the forest. They got 3 trillions. Oh my God. Let me see. I don't think they're back yet. So. Let's see.
You told us the wonders with
all right.
the subsidy they want from
I wonder.
They did nothing with it. About 20 trillion naira was shared among governors. You go and ask a governor, who gave them the money? If the money was on subsidy, won't we all benefit from it? Won't we? So they promised to do wonders with the subsidy they removed from education. They did nothing with it. The one they removed from electricity, nothing with it. The one from health, nothing with it. So he that can be trusted with little, can we trust him with many? Can we? Because they will tell you, we will now start monitoring. The one they promised to do wonders with, they did nothing with it. So they fool you once or twice, and you fall for it. The next one coming, and you think you do wonder, you will do magic. There's nothing you can do about it. Who are we going to cry to? Who are we going to penalize the government? Who? Is it the judiciary? The lawmakers? Who? Those that are the beck and call? Who? That is by the way. The issue of Ogun, like I keep saying, Obi owes nobody any explanation on how he chose to go about his life. He is a person like you and I. If I'm not okay with Obi's method of this thing, me to go and vie for position. He's spending his money, billions, moving around. He just told you guys that he go through hell each time he wants to travel out of this country.
Yes, he said so. He said
that is just one out of other series of
I was trying to
things.
imagine what that meant, actually.
You can imagine what that man is going through. You can imagine. And Nigerians will say, Obi disobeyed, as if it's a chess play. Do you guys know what that man is going through?
It's a lot, so it's a lot.
Click is the so-called billionaire. Let Timon alone do the election. None of them stood by him. None. The only person that stood by him, look at what they do to his land. They did to his land.
They destroyed it. He said he has become poorer now.
Okay, yeah.
The only person
They
that
made him
stood
poorer.
out like that.
Could that be the reason why that? Wow.
That is it now. So when people say, "Oh, this," I keep laughing. That are you guys not in this country?
Wow.
We saw what they did to his brother. A lot of things that we won't be able to say. Because if we say it, they will come out for him and
He's
hit him
even
bad.
experiencing a lot
So
of
what that man is going
difficulty
through,
behind his
because I could feel that in his voice yesterday. Not about his business. And other things. And people will say, Obi is not an elected official. So you guys go and cry on Tinubu and anybody you guys elected him. Leave Obi alone. Good evening.
Good evening, Remy. Wait, barrister.
If I tell you what has happened to
Wait, are you serious? That man, I didn't know.
Oh, really?
For real, I'm not kidding.
You don't know, Abi? Why do you think Malami is going through what he's going through?
No, I'm not.
Why do you think
barrister? Malami's own.
Some people did worse things than in APC. They did what? They 210 trillion Esther. Is that our money?
I'm talking about that man of landmark.
Esther, that one is a forgone story.
It's a forgone story.
Now, is it not past tense? What do you want to do now? The worst is that it was his own brother they used to demolish his property. His own brother. Did I not say it here? Deliberately. So that when the man cry out tomorrow, they say, I know be your brother demolish this.
Exactly.
Esther, all this thing, they can't do more than they are told to do. What are told that they will do.
Hello, good evening. How are you?
I'm telling you.
Yes, sir. How are you, sir? What's your name? Doze. Welcome.
Yeah, that is that. That is that. You can be well, don't be too much, That is that. Please, I would like to command your number. Have your number, please. I'll thank you. Sorry, in fact, I never seen something like you before. I'm very happy to say, please, I would like to have your number, please.
All right, sir. Are you contributing to any of the conversation, sir?
No. The only thing is this, our president traveling to abroad. That's not about that.
Okay.
We shall see. Let's see how the next year will be. Remember, some days now, we enter 2020. That's not about that. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye, sir. Thank you. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
And compliments of the season, Esther.
To you, sir.
And Barrister Darlington.
Well done.
Welcome, sir. Afro-Media, right?
Boyerson, calling from Afro-Media.
All right, Boyerson, welcome. Go ahead, sir, please.
Thank you, Barrister. You see, it is rather unfortunate, very, very unfortunate that things like this are happening and Nigerians are keeping quiet. But suppose I've heard your analysis. Like they say, you should be coming down. My brother, don't be coming down because you don't need to die for this country. A lot of people, a lot of Nigerians, they know that things are going wrong. They don't want to speak out. It's only few people who can just get up and say, look, condemn this nonsense. I don't even know what. It's just, Nigeria has turned to another thing. This is just deceit from one propaganda to another one, from one propaganda to another one. By another, they will commit, he will come out to say a different thing. And this thing has been known. We've been shouting, nobody wants to. It looks as if maybe we don't know what we are saying. Things are going, okay, look at the president. Look at the way he just jetted out of the country. Just like that. Then you now want Trump is now in control of it. He is now the commander-in-chief of it. You'll be outside, you'll be governing you'll be seeing affairs of the country.
Shetima not here.
It is unheard of. It's not done. It's not done, for God's sake. Let's stop deceiving ourselves. I am sorry for those who come to the radio and say, I play one tribalistic whatever. I mean, at times I ask these people even understand how government is being run? Eh? Look at now, people are suffering, people are dying, which will be saying it. It's not as if it's not as if it's just.
I'm telling you.
Okay, you came in from day one. You said something is gone. Where is the proceeds from the subsidy is gone? That one is apart. You started again. That's this, that's that, that's this. But where is where is the benefit for God's sake?
Listen, thank you so much. Thank you. We need to take all the calls. Good evening. How are you? Good evening, confidence. Please, what's your name? Ugochukwu location, please.
Yeah, I'm calling from Ikotu.
You're calling from where? Ikotu. Okay, Ugochukwu, can you talk to me?
Anyway, let's switch, abeg. We don't finish with Barrister Darlington. I have a couple of videos I want to share with you guys. Let me do this. A whole Anthony Joshua get accident. No ambulance, nothing. A whole Anthony Joshua. There was a guy that did a video complaining about the bad roads in Ogun State. What did they do? They arrested that guy. They only released him when pressure was mounted on the governor in Ogun State. The same Lagos, those roads, Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, na accident happen. No? 2 foreigners now died for inside that accident. The whole world, Sky News is talking about the accident of Anthony Joshua. This is the shame. This is the disgrace that your strategist has brought upon us. He himself, they say sorry to Anthony Joshua. He dey write episode. Now in this one post, he say, now this is me, a Nigerian citizen in an ambulance in the UK. Response time 11 minutes. I no be millionaire. This is it. Look at it. This is not security detail. This is a British millionaire being transported to the hospital after a fatal accident. No single ambulance. Just look at how they transport millionaire. See how they say they carry him. See as they take the carrier, no ambulance in sight, nothing. With all the money, it's good. Like all the so-called rich people in Nigeria, so-called elites in Nigeria, in quotes. Let them be saying, as long as I keep hearing when you have money, you enjoy Nigeria. Oh yeah, now, no ambulance. God forbid, you never know. Emergency, they get, they structure in time. They say, okay, on Saturday, there'll be, they structure them. Immediately. Which hospital you want run go? Which hospital? Where is the ambulance? Una see the fire when happen for that wetin dem dey call am, that place for Lagos Island. Na small fire. Fire people came, fire service people came. Guess what? They just do it in the next thing, they fold their hand, they look. Now so that whole building burn reach ground. Hey, all you rich people. Make una listen to Ajatu.
Yesterday, Nigerians have been suffering for over a year for lack of fuel, and more Nigerians are going to suffer and are already suffering for the fact that they gave a very short notice and made the new notes unavailable. So Nigeria now will have to resort to trade by barter. Tinubu did not say anything. All he's thinking of is the bullion van that has been made available for him to buy votes. I've been vindicated. Alhamdulillah.
Bam. Siam. The 2 victims in Anthony Joshua's road crash were foreign nationals. Ogun State come out, come talk.
Say Obi doesn't have experience like Asiwaju, and I ask myself, what kind of experience are we really talking about? Is the experience of holding a particular state captive for like
fraud,
years without
drug pushing?
You decide who become governors, you decide who become senators in the state. Is that kind of experience you want? Or is it a kind of experience of somebody apportioning pensions to himself, collecting over billions of naira since over 20 years every year, and someone that doesn't collect, which kind of experience are we talking about? You see, sometimes we don't know what we want. We choose politics over reality. With the kind of record Obi carries, can you compare that with what Tinubu has? Somebody ruled for 8 years with a resounding record that the world can see. Go to ChatGPT, drop 2 of them, just give a prompt about the 2 governors, and you now see who they will tell you will be preferable to be a president of this country. May God help us until we allow reality to take effect. Instead of taking tribal and religious sentiment, Nigeria will not move forward.
Who sold Nigeria? An acquaintance of mine, evidently put off by the near impossibility of getting a national ID, felt a driver's license could be an easy catch. He met an FRC official, transferred 28,000 to his account, and in 6 weeks received a certificate from a driving school. Una dey hear? The FRC guy motions to the VIS lady at the desk who conducted a traffic exam for him. The guy got the link on his phone. It was a multiple choice IB. For every question he wasn't sure of the answer, he minimized the app, opened Google, and got some expo for himself. He was digitally captured, thumbs, four fingers, and indexes before his departure. He got a temporary driver's license. After 3 weeks, he received a call requesting that his 5-year tenured permanent residence license was ready. As I type, this acquaintance is a certified driver by the Nigerian government. You know what the gist is? He has never driven a car his entire life. Una dey hear? So, all right, let's move on.
Misali,
Okay.
duk waɗanda aka kama.
They speak Hausa, but the long and short of it is this. You arrest Abubakar Malami son because he's in the opposition, yet you leave Bello Matawale, the former state minister of defense, who has a $70 billion case with the EFCC, and reward him with a ministerial position. You also leave Yaya Bello because he's in the APC. This is not fair democracy. See the incident. See as they say they carry a whole Anthony Joshua. Eh? You're Nigeria. No one is safe in Nigeria, whether you are rich, whether you are poor. Our government has been intentionally working against the development of Nigeria as a country. Our roads are among the worst in Africa, yet we have a government and abundant natural resources. The people, when they follow come the country, say make it go and jollof with, shebi they don't buy. Do you know that guilt is going to stay in this man's heart forever? This is painful. This is very painful. I am glad that the whole world now is shining torchlights on Nigeria. Maybe this will push some of these so-called elite people to add their voice and push for the change that is needed in Nigeria. People have been doing videos about bad roads in Nigeria. Waiting on our government, they will go pick them up, arrest them. Money when they'll take arrest them, pick them up, it reach the total fairness do foundation of the road. Let's continue. Okay, here's another video she did. We have now been recolonized by Western powers. Tinubu is no longer the president. Donald Trump is the new president of Nigeria. Even our taxes now will be going to France. Our country is now a business. We will not accept this. This one na Doris Ogala. Doris Ogala matter long go. Chris Okafor. Hey. I will keep saying it. A man who has control over his dingiling is a man that will live long and avoid unnecessary headache. The embarrassment that this man has brought to Christianity. The mopping up is not here. As a Christian, everybody ought to, as Christians all over need to stand up for Nigeria. Anyway, topic for another day. Let's move on.
Their sympathizers, those enablers, those financiers will be fished out and eliminated. But the population is against terrorists. So people like those characters who keep on saying a strike against the Boko Haram, a strike against the North, will be dealt with because they're terrorists.
All right.
I mean, despite whatever office they hold, and we have had some of them even as ministers who go to negotiate. People like Pantani, former Minister of Communication, who, I mean, these are ardent terror sympathizers. Those guys need to be fished out and dealt with.
Okay.
But does the Nigerian population, do they admit or do they condone terrorists? The answer is no. Like I told you, the southeast, southwest, there is zero tolerance. Middle belt, zero tolerance. In the north, the Hausas are already fighting against it. So where will they hide?
Right.
So there is no war of partition going to go on. Okay. This strike will eliminate terrorists, and that is the end of it. Okay. I assure you, those they are sympathizers.
Let me see. Atlantic, welcome. Plenty water, welcome. Malami is not in opposition as AG. You can't be affiliated to any party, though Malami was AG under APC. What useless Shegumi roaming the streets talking nonsense and the useless government looking at. Joshua will never forgive himself for now. I'm telling you, that guilt will sit in this man's mind. It's not be to be alive. I'm happy that he's alive, but what of those who lost their lives? That could have been avoided. What of those people? This is why if anything is going bad, you must speak up. You must speak up. Now, if you don't speak up, the poison will get deeper and deeper. I'm telling you. Maybe this time, maybe the people or the likes of Anthony Joshua, them go come, they put mouth for government issues for Nigeria. They go elevate them. Shebi when Nicki Minaj, everybody they talk. That one na only people that they buy Christians, wanna save Christians. Neither one talk. Say anybody life they precious. No, una go after now. If you see something when good, if you see something when no good, you no talk am, you are part of the problem. Maybe this time they go learn to talk. Because whether you are rich or poor, Nigeria no go forgive you. Anything wey wan happen go happen. Emergency no dey write letter to you before e become emergency. Now once, no hospitals, no good road, no light. God forbid you find yourself in Nigeria, something emergency happens, you have to rush to the emergency. Where is the emergency? First of all, there's no ambulance to come and take you. No, none. You reach the hospital, if you don't pay, they cannot even, if they not can recognize you when you did there, no money, nobody around you to pay. Not get the money, or so the person go buy. Even if you can't reach hospital, they'll come give you medicine. We're not sure whether the medicine are the correct one, original or fake.
Who is impoverishing Nigerians with his policies? You remove fuel subsidy. Where is the money saved? Where? Do you understand? Oh, you're sharing it with 36 state government. So you are telling me that the reason 200 million Nigerians are in pain is because you want to satisfy 36 people. That's nonsensical approach to governance. You tighten the belt on 200 million people to make 36, and you know the funny thing, those 36 people are unaccountable to anybody. So it's not like you are giving them the money and monitoring them and ensuring that the money goes to the people. You are giving them the money, you are not turning to the citizens you have impoverished with your crass policy, and you're asking those citizens, go and hold them accountable. Please, when are we, like some of us who are maybe enlightened, exposed, when are we going to have a round table to decide what to do with this country? Because the way this is currently going on is not how a country is run.
Weeping women. This is from Henry Shield, the guy you just listened to. He said, weeping women whose husbands and family members were kidnapped went to the Kwara State government house to cry to their governor for his help. The response of the state was the unleashing of thugs to beat and chase away the women, all captured on camera. APC was created in hell. Hey! Emir Saddam says, An international boxer almost lost his life this morning due to the state of bad roads. The useless government you work for failed to fix. He was responding to Keyamo. I'll read Keyamo's comment. You have been in government for 10 plus years and the satanic cult APC can't even fix our healthcare or emergency unit. The audacity to call anyone else a fraud. God is merciful. You're not supposed to see 2026, idiot. Here's what Keyamo said after Peter Obu. Clearly, all of them tuned in when the real president they talk. All of them they tune in. Finally, the chicken is coming home to roost. I understand that someone somewhere has drafted and redrafted the statement he will release to hoodwink his supporters on why he has accepted to be vice presidential candidate after a primaries that he knows has long been concluded. He has written and turned drafts upon drafts containing the normal gibberish of my desire to rescue Nigeria, blah, blah. It is a tough one for him, but we are excited at the prospect of unmasking a true turncoat and a fraud at the coming elect campaigns. See the comment after this tweet to identify those whose raw nerves have been seriously affected. Please bookmark this tweet so we can all read this statement with some derision when it is eventually released. The fear of Peter Obi being the opposition's presidential candidate. Peter Obi is coming, won't save you and your kind. Your cry just the start. You never see anything. Watch out what 2026 will unfold. Mr. Man, what measures are you doing to make at air ticket affordable? This should be your focus rather than doing a job you have no business in. You will always be a slave boy, no matter how much you steal. Let's just move on. There's no need. When I listen.
About another big story that developed over Christmas because Donald Trump has unleashed a missile Christmas present to jihadi Islamists in Nigeria.
Abemona double tap to like. If you have not yet liked, please double tap the screen, your screen device to like. Or click on the three dots to share, subscribe if you haven't done so already.
Islamists linked to ISIS launched a brutal attack across West Nigeria, targeting innocent Christians with savage violence. Villages were burned, families slaughtered, and churches were desecrated in a wave of jihadist terror that has plagued the region for years.
Christianity is facing an existential threat in Nigeria. Thousands and thousands of Christians are being killed.
Well, the Nigerian government, despite multiple promises, has failed time and again to protect its Christian citizens from this relentless onslaught by these jihadis. But President Donald J. Trump refused to stand by. On Christmas Day itself, he ordered powerful US airstrikes, precision Tomahawk missiles from a Navy warship, decimating Islamic State camps in the Sokoto state. He deliberately timed the strikes for Christmas, calling it a Christmas present to the terrorists, sending an unmistakable message. The slaughter of Christians must end now. Multiple senior ISIS commanders and fighters were allegedly eliminated, camps obliterated, and crucially, no civilian casualties. Perfect American strikes as only our, military could deliver. Trump is the only world leader with the spine and courage to act, it seems. Starmer, Macron, and the EU elites have all been silent, too busy appeasing Gaza protesters and importing chaos into our own countries to confront anything like that anywhere else abroad. But Donald Trump, he warned for months. He said, stop the killing of Christians or face America's wrath. He and his country gain nothing from this. There's no oil contracts. There's no trade favors, no pats on the back from the globalist club, is there? This is pure, selfless nobility. A fearless stand to defend persecuted Christians and halt the poisonous spread of Islamism across Africa and beyond. He could have issued more empty statements like the weak leaders before him and the weak leaders that surround us in the EU. Instead, he became the shield for the Christian faithful, the avenger against barbarism. Supporters rightly call it the ultimate Christmas gift to Christians worldwide, a resounding blow for good over evil. And Trump has that iron resolve, doesn't he, that we're all screaming out for here in Britain, unafraid to name radical Islamic terrorism, unafraid to crush it, and putting faith and civilization first. Islamism is a cancer. It spreads unless confronted and destroyed decisively. Well, I say Merry Christmas. Thank God for Donald Trump, and Merry Christmas also to those Nigerian jihadists.
You see how reporters, they report the news? This is GBN news. I don't know about this one, but you see how the man talk 10 toes down, unafraid? Please tell me which of your Nigerian journalists get the balls to do this kind of thing. Do you know the funny thing? If a lot of Nigerian journalists, a lot of them are coming out strong against this government, do you know that things will change? Do you know that? Now selfishness, now fear. Now it make them not the talk. I tell you, if you have, look at Rufai, for instance. Rufai is just one in a million journalists that we have in Nigeria. If Rufai can be consistent regardless of what's going on, imagine if you have 10 more of Rufais in the journalism world in Nigeria. The government no go get choice than to start to do what they're supposed to. They'll be forced to. But clearly you don't. And Rufai is the only one. There's only so much the man can do. Many of them don't even like to go to Arise News because of Rufai. They will request that he be removed if they are coming to the show. So I yield. I just make I bring and come on and see what journalists they do for other countries.
The Middle East, the U.S. did launch strikes against ISIS forces in Nigeria. That was Christmas Day. Partly due to the killing of Christians in the West African country, the U.S. is working with Nigerian officials to carry out those strikes and also to monitor the situation now. The president called these strikes powerful and deadly. Congressman, you've been a leader on this issue. You worked to stop the persecution of Christians. You have worked to do this around the world. You visited Nigeria. You met with many officials on that issue. Tell us more and give us your reaction to the strikes that were carried out Christmas Day.
Well, again, President Trump, he's not trying to bring war to Nigeria. He's trying to bring peace and security and stability to this nation. Christians have been getting slaughtered in Nigeria since 2009, estimates in between 50,000 to 125,000.
All the propagandists is coming to take all the resources.
On the ground, it is more dire than you could even imagine seeing this in person. Meeting mothers who have lost all of their children, just murdered right in front of them. 600,000 alone just in Benue State are living in IDP refugee camps, a state of 6 million people, and nearly 90% of that population of that state are Christians. So this strike has certainly, I think, given hope to the Christian populations of Nigeria, but also the people of Nigeria just writ large who are suffering under ISIS, Boko Haram, and most importantly in that Middle Belt region where we have these Fulani Islamic militants that have been driving Christians off of their ancestral homeland. But as we've heard, this is just the first step. There's many more to come, and as you just stated, this was in coordination and cooperation with the Nigerian government. They have done a lot in terms of confidence building measures to make us feel like this is going to be successful.
Make us feel. See where they carry. Oh! See the man that complained about the road.
Sense.
Yeah.
To call the government to order.
The DSS, they can't carry the man after he complained about bad road. Let's move on.
Your government listening. So the Kano state government have mobilized 4,444 Quran reciters to pray for the country because of the insecurity issue. Yet, Nigeria government quickly sent fighter jets to Benin Republic because of the cube issue. Nigerian government immediately sent fighter jets. But in Nigeria, because of the insecurity issue, they have mobilized 4,444 Quran reciters so that they can pray for the safety of the people and they can pray because of the insecurity in the country. Wow. You asked your...
See, this is Don Pedro. The matter of Don. Look at what they did to an intellectual, a doctor for that matter. This man is an icon. This man ought to be celebrated in Benin. Look at the humiliation they gave to somebody's child, somebody's uncle, somebody's mentor. This is a disgrace, complete disgrace. Everyone that participated in this thing ought to be dealt with. But do you have a government in Edo State? You people don't have. You allowed Bala Blue to impose a dance, a global dance on you. In a functioning country, would this happen? Would this go just slide like that? To even watch the video, guys, they do me. Make I read the comment of Frank Tietie. He say, in this day and age, this is happening in Benin City to Don Pedro Obaseki, PhD, former managing director of DAR Communications PLC, for being related to a critic of the Oba of Benin. Indeed, Benin has descended into a land of barbarity with a heart of darkness. This gross violation of Dr. Don Pedro Obaseki's human rights, including his right to the dignity of the human person, must be condemned by all well-meaning individuals worldwide. I couldn't hold back tears while watching this video. I am unsure how anyone who subscribes to this would describe themselves. This cannot be the Benin we once knew. I don't know Benin. I never grew up there. I don't know it, right? But this is a shame. A shame. The matter they pay me, not be me it happened to. I don't know who this person be. But this is painful to watch. I'm not going to lie to you. It has just been sitting in my mind. I'm so angry. Like this kind of thing will happen. And these young boys, these touts or whatever they are called, are still walking around. They ought to all be around. Okay, what's the difference between this and Fulani terrorists? Please tell me. We are condemning Fulani. What? Tell me the behavior of these thugs. What is the difference between them and the terrorists? I read a comment somewhere. Somebody was saying that he's even lucky that they had it on video. That they would have poisoned the man to buy. Do you know? I was shocked. I was like, really? For what exactly? I had to go and listen to the video he did initially that generated this outburst. I said, maybe I missed something. The man said, Bini Atokpe, Abi Edo Atokpe, without the people, will the palace exist? That is the question I'm asking. How can you be in a palace and there's nobody to be doing Tokpe? I don't understand it. What was wrong in those comments? What was wrong? This is a shame and a disgrace. If people keep quiet and let this slide, may God not let it happen to you because you don't know. It's crazy. What is the palace without the people? What is wrong with that? Are the people, those that were gunning for him, and it seemed like they were planning. It looks like they had the animosity towards him for a long time, like malice. Those comments were enough to even instigate anything. You're supposed to respond with an amen to that kind of prayer. Hey, Egbamio. This is disturbing, no. I'm not gonna lie to you now. This is a shame. It has now put Edo now in the limelight. Everybody they talk about her globally. Everybody. It has now brought attention to the palace. Is this what you people want? When people now start going in and dragging your palace, you will not come out and be crying. Does this make sense? I don't feel watch the video. You see, I can't. My heart cannot take it. In other news, Arewa used 3 trucks to crush middle belt people in Nasarawa. 3 trucks. Nobody can tell me that this is not planned. You cannot tell me that this is not planned. They keep doing it. This is the 5th time in 6 years. We need to separate from the North. Let them go and form their country because this is wickedness. This is from Samantha Walsh. I don't even want to play the video because these people were doing, I think, Egon Carnival. It was organized by Amewoba Egon, AWBE, in Nasarawa.
So, I mean, I don't even get the answer you just gave because common sense, I'm saying common sense, base level, by now, a recce should have been done. Impact assessments, debris. You were talking about debris. Till date, no. Is it the debris that affected Kwara? That affected the hotel in Offa? Was that the debris? By today, a recce, an impact assessment, a press briefing as regards what transpired and what happened. I mean, this is not far-fetched. I remember General Irabo. When General Irabo was in charge of Lafia Dole, I think about 2015 thereabout, for every airstrike, an attack, he gives an update live on television. He talks about the recce and he talks about the information, and that's why everybody is at sea today. How long will it take to do a recce? By our own authorities in the first place. Well, are we waiting for the Americans to come and do a recce for us on our own soil? Because we saw officers there cordon off areas. So what was the report? I mean, these are the things we need to know for transparency basis. That's what I'm confused.
My brother Rufai, there's no need to be confused. We are dealing with an ugly situation where the Nigerian state and system is not being run based on principles, rules of procedure and protocols. You will realize that when you're talking of when General Irabo and co were in office, that was under a different dispensation. And one of the managers of the information system of the Nigerian system and state is seated on the table there with you. They attempted and tried to follow the books. When you are following the books, you will operate with a high level of transparency. By now, ideally, when it was clear that we were going to get to this level, all the members of the morning show on Arise would have received detailed briefing by the Defense Information System. Unfortunately, the people that are in office, like I had to use the phrase the last time I appeared on this show, are operating with journalistic arrogance. And that is why we are not having the kind of stewardship accountability that you're talking about. If you want to have the kind of stewardship accountability that you're talking about, we will require everybody playing by the books. For example, you need to ask them, when last did the Joint Intelligence Board meet? You need to ask them, when last did the Information Management System meet? You will realize that these are the issues that we are dealing with. If you want an assessment done, by now, what you are saying to me is that you...
Dr. Fagbemi.
Honestly, very disillusioned people. That thing made me so mad. Every time I see the video, I get really upset by it. I get really upset. Like, how can this be happening in a big 2025? We're getting into 2026. How can people be acting like barbarians, like animals in broad daylight? How can you be acting like animals? A well-respected indigene of your land, you rip him apart publicly like that. You bring disgrace and shame to the man like that. How do you want people, others outside to respect that man? I watched his video on AIT. I was almost moved to tears. I said, how many tears I won't cry? I just moved on from the video. It's maddening. If the palace does not come out and deal with those boys high-handedly and apologize to that man, I'm sorry, they're just going to bring shame and disgrace to themselves. How can you watch that happen? What did the man say? Is it a crime for the man to pray for the people of the land that is even giving the honor to the palace? I don't understand that mindset. They need to deal with people to show them an example. If I were that man, I don't know who he is, he should sue the palace and sue those people that were involved. I'm sorry. I have to say this. I don't care what anybody thinks. What is bad is bad. What is evil is evil. Now when they talk about government, I've said it before here. A day will come, the youth will gather. They will go and march into every traditional palace and beat up their traditional rulers. Watch. With this whole thing that's going on, look at the respect that this Oni of Warri or whatever, look at the respect that man is garnering. Look at what he's doing for his people. How come every other traditional leader is not doing the same thing for their people? How come? Does everything have to lie with the government? When they talk about government, the people are even worse. You hear of traditional leaders selling out their people for cows, opening the door for Fulanis to invade and unalive their people in thousands. We are hearing it. Anyway, we dey here, we dey observe. We are the media now, because nobody's going to tell that story. Nobody's going to tell it. And I saw a video earlier, somebody was saying, if anybody is calling out the palace, if anybody is, they don't, whatever insults that they are dishing out, that the person that is doing those videos is going back to them 1,000 folds. Why? Evil cannot be condoned, regardless of where it is coming from. If the people do not stand up and talk, it will continue. That is why it has continued, because people do not talk. People do not talk. You call out your elders when they are wrong. If your traditions are not working for you anymore, you upgrade. Ha! On top of the suffering, when Nigerians, they suffer, you have highly educated people that have options. They can choose they want to live elsewhere. You disgrace them like that.
We have
Nigerians, let's watch this video.
That money will never come out.
210 trillion naira.
That money is gone. Forget it.
Well, so you know that money actually happens to be, it's higher than the whole debt Nigeria is owing, and they're saying
more
it's going to
than
come.
maybe.
It's more than.
If we have that money now, naira be 1 naira to $1.
How can we not account for 210 trillion? And you know, this accumulated from 2017 to 2023.
Since APC came into office, thank God they are the one revealing all these things. Thank God they are the one. Imagine the amount of money that have gone down the drain in Nigeria. I was thinking they would call on the Minister of Petroleum to come and explain. As long as they did not do that, and they are not holding anybody accountable, forget it, that money. All this one, they are blowing hot air. Nobody will be held accountable. Nothing. Forget it.
When you say calling on the Minister of Petroleum,
yes.
If you check the time that we're looking at this point in time, from 2017 to 2023, we have the led president. So are we going to, how are we going to go
Those
on?
people are very clever. They are very clever. That's why I told you that they are being clever by half. The last time I heard of this is they said since 10 years ago. That means 2015 to 2023 or 2025. That was 10 years ago. You want me to believe that since 2 years plus now, there is no financial infractions in any NPC? Is that what you want me to believe here?
As you can see, this is the kind of government we have leading us in this country. Or let me say ruling us in this country. with this money, amount of money that have been stolen, that they keep stealing, they keep borrowing, when we have the resources, we have the money to build a great country, but they will never use that money for the people of the country, rather for their selfish and private gains, for their own personal interests, for their luxurious lives, while Nigerians are suffering to drink just water, potable drinking water, no health care, no good transportation systems. Even our food security is becoming something else. Our farmers cannot even farm to feed themselves. Nigerians cannot feed themselves. When it comes to anything that the government should invest in the development of the people, the education of the people, they will tell you that there is no money. When it comes to investing in the lives of the people to give Nigerians a better life, they will tell you that there is no money. But when it comes to buying new yachts, new planes, new cars, they will tell you that, oh, it is needed. The presidency needs it. But Nigerians do not need good governance. That is what they are trying to tell you. We as a people must wake up. Wake up and unite against this wicked government we have today that are leading us. They are ruling us like we are their subjects, like Nigerians are their slaves. We are not their slaves. They are there because Nigerians put them there. They are there because we put them there to govern us. Failure to do anything other than that, the government is not running in the interest of the people. Wake up, Nigerians, and understand your reality. We must unite as a people. We must unite and take back control of our country. Look at the money they are stealing, which is far more than enough. But Tinubu is currently telling you he needs to tax Nigerians more so that we can be a better Nigeria. The money that they have gotten before, what have they used it for? Look at this money that has disappeared. Let Tinubu get this money and use it in whatever he wants to do to make Nigeria better. We are not going to accept this tax that he's trying to tax our people, because he's just trying to strangulate and kill everybody with this tax he's bringing up. Look at how criminally they are going about it. What has been gazetted is different from what the National Assembly has given, approval for. We are not going to accept that. It is high time they go and get all our money and stolen money that they have used with the NNPC. That is why he has refused to audit the NNPC, because they know the criminal activities they are going there. And he's the Minister of Petroleum. So we should go and collect this our money and use it for whatever he's going to use. He cannot increase the hardship of Nigerians and expect us to sit down and take it. We are not going to accept it. Thank you very much, my fellow Nigerians. And together, united, we shall overcome. Together, united, we will save ourselves and save this country from the evil and the enemies that want to destroy it and take the lives of Nigerians. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and long live the great citizens of Nigeria.
I beg. Now, this is Shegumi in 2021. Allow bandits to guard your forests for peace to reign. NSA don dey arm, see am, NSA unveil 7,000 forest guards set for immediate deployment. The graduation ceremonies were held in December 2025 on the 27th across Borno, Sokoto, Yobe, Adamawa, Niger, Kwara, and Kebbi states. Hey, God. I'm not going to bother myself reading. If you want to go and read it, please go. Maurice Moye says, this Anthony Joshua's accident will put a spotlight on the healthcare and emergency services of Nigeria. The whole world will see what we experience every day. Shame. Shame. No matter how rich you are individually as a Nigerian, we're all collectively poor, very poor. Bam. You only realize this during emergencies. A fire breaks out, there's no fire service. An accident happens, there's no first aid, no ambulance, no system. Today, a world boxing champion like Anthony Joshua was involved in a car accident, not a single ambulance showed up. Someone that rich and globally known. People only gathered around him like it was a carnival. No safety measures, no trained response, just chaos. An accident that claimed 2 lives. Last month, an aide to a sitting governor was stabbed at a political event. Somebody lifted him on his shoulder. Such a gory sight. Still no ambulance, not even for a governor's aid. That is real poverty. In Nigeria, money does not save you in a crisis. Influence does not protect you. When it matters most, everyone is poor. To the rich and influential Nigeria who thinks demanding a better country is for the poor masses, one day you will understand. In an emergency, you are just as poor as the rest of us. Nigeria is poor. Poor is poor. Poor, poor. Rest in peace to those who unalived and wishing Jonathan quick recovery. This is from General Snow. 3 trucks ran into a Christmas carnival in Nasarawa, Ogun yesterday, killing over 20 people, mainly Christians. Emphasis on mainly. They use trucks now till they buy them. A truck ran into another set yesterday around Polo Field in Jos Plateau, buying 3 people. This same incident happened around Easter in Gombe this year. Terrorism. Turkey do not supply just anyhow weapons to terrorists. They arm insurgents with NATO-grade weapons, never meant to be available for sale to civilians in Turkey or most other countries. Now, here is Bello Toji, chilling, bandit leader with very rare weapons. Turkey made, describe the machine gun, assault rifles. Another one, machine gun worth $5,000. Another one, assault rifles worth over $1,000. These 3 rifles are worth over 10.2 million naira. The SARF 556MT is a military-grade NATO light machine gun, only supplied through government contracts. How did these people get their hands on it? Let's listen to this.
An Egyptian television news program says that Turkey is clearly a terrorist state with a broad reach. It reports that Turkey is supplying weapons to the terrorist group Boko Haram in Nigeria. 10 TV host Nashat Al-Delhi reported on a leak confirming an intercepted phone call from a few years back confirming the action. He reported in part, today's leak confirms without a doubt that Erdogan, his state, his government, and his party are transferring weapons from Turkey to, this is a shock, to where you may ask, to Nigeria, and to whom? To the Boko Haram organization. Well, Raymond Ibrahim, a journalism fellow at the David Horowitz Freedom Center and an expert on the Middle East and Islam, joins us now with more on this. Welcome, Raymond.
Hello, Heather.
Are you surprised by this report? What's your take on it?
No, I'm not surprised. And my take on it is that the actual tape that was made that you referenced and you quoted was made apparently in 2014 or 15. And it was reported widely in certain areas in the U.S. and in the West, not so much, and not much came out of it. And the reason, I think, is because Erdogan wasn't so, didn't have his fingers so much in Islamist politics outside of his own nation. But now that we've seen, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, the ISIS Islamic State Caliph that was killed recently, and he was found just 3 miles from the Turkish border, which is in fact one of the last, or if not the last bastion of jihadi so-called freedom fighters of attacking the Syrian government. It's brought it up again, the fact that everyone is saying, well, look, he's supporting ISIS. So now we're remembering, and that was, I think, the point of the Egyptian show, we're bringing back to see that there's some continuity here. It's not just right next door to Syria, to Turkey, meaning Syria. He's got involved with some of the absolute worst Islamic terror groups. Remember, Boko Haram, which name loosely means Western education is forbidden, haram, was basically doing what ISIS is notorious for years before ISIS. So the whole, head chopping, crucifying, massacres, enslaving women and children, burning people alive, Boko Haram was doing that. And one of the things that international observers have been noticing, especially increasingly, is that their armaments, their weapons, are very sophisticated. And it's even spilled into the Fulani tribesmen in Nigeria and in other parts in Africa. For example, I'm sure you know, Burkina Faso, also in Western Africa, attacks on Christians have become horrific. Just in the last few months, there have been so many. and so many killed, and always in the context of checking out if they're wearing crosses, if they can say the Islamic creed or not, and then being butchered and so forth. And those tribesmen, the Fulani, who are essentially living almost on a primitive scale, appear with very advanced weaponry.
Well,
And
that's
so
really
people
interesting,
vote-
which would kind of seem to perhaps give more weight to this idea that perhaps Turkey is collaborating with Boko Haram. What would the benefit be to Turkey of collaborating with Boko Haram?
Well, there's several theories. One is Erdogan basically is an ardent Islamist, and he is supporting and behind any Islamist movement in any country. He's the Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt. He was allied with Qatar of Al Jazeera as his ally. And so you can see him, he's trying to help develop these Islamist groups so they can overthrow more secular states. Though, in fact, in Nigeria, an aside that I think is important, the president himself, Muhammad Buhari, of Nigeria, who's Muslim, Nigeria is half Christian, half Muslim, has been accused himself of being behind the so-called genocide, which a lot of international groups have called what's happening to Christians in Nigeria, that he himself is complicit in this armament. So he could very well be an ally of Erdogan and so forth, and it's just some sort of Islamist overall coalition globally.
I want to ask you, the President Trump, of course, met with the President of Turkey yesterday. Do you think he's aware of these kind of ties to terrorism? And what are your thoughts on that meeting yesterday?
Well, in general, I think, what he's aware of is really hard to tell. But I think the meeting in general, Trump and presidents won't necessarily bring up all these things, obviously. So when he met, for example, in Saudi Arabia with the king and so forth, he doesn't really mention human rights abuses and so forth for whatever strategic tactical reasons. So it's really hard to predict, but I think he needs to be aware because Erdogan's really, he's got his fingerprints everywhere now. It's not just Syria, which is very obvious, but now there's older evidence of him involved in Nigeria and also in Turkey itself, the Christian population, the minority there. And remember, Turkey was originally entirely Christian. It was Anatolia. It was actually where St. Paul wrote all his epistles to. They're really being treated badly and discriminated against, and a lot of hate preaching in Turkey is increasingly against Christians and Jews. So definitely Turkey's going down the wrong path with Erdogan, though many Turks themselves remain committed to the Ataturk ideal of secularism.
Well, we are out of time, but Raymond Ibrahim, thank you for your time and your insights here.
Thanks, Ray.
Anyway, just make money. Nefertiti's chat. Just make money, you will enjoy Nigeria. They will fly Anthony Joshua abroad to check for internal injuries. He will stay there for rehab. When we scream and ask for the barest minimum, paid APC miscreants are quick to call us haters. But Nigeria can happen to anybody. See, I don't even want, please, those street talks. Anytime, this is Afam Deluxe, I think. Anytime people talk about how terrible Ogun State roads are, letter to Jack and his minions immediately swarm your mentions with bile. Now look at how that same road nearly took Anthony Joshua's life. Reality has a way of silencing propaganda. Video evidence shows Turkey reportedly supplied NATO-grade weapons to terrorists after indictment report by Egyptian TV. Okay? How Nigerian lawmakers padded 2025 budget with projects worth 6.9 trillion. This is from GST.
Gumi was quoted as saying very clearly, and I then went online to listen to the video. I watched the video myself. And what Gumi said was very interesting. He was seeking to make a distinction between members of separatist organizations like IPOB, he mentioned IPOB specifically, and the terrorists who are killing Nigerians indiscriminately across the length and breadth of Nigeria. Answering Gumi is not my preoccupation, but I am using Gumi to illustrate a point that Gumi made. When lies have become edified in a society, you find a situation where a man like Gumi, who should ordinarily be considered respectable, even though he is not. If you want to get to know him, the more you know of the man, the more you read of him, the more you listen to him, the quicker you will find that he's deserving of no respect. Now, I am using what he said to illustrate a point, so I'll quote him. He says, yes, I know they have killed, and it is wrong to kill anybody innocent. Yes, he knows that they have killed, and then he qualified it, and it is wrong to kill anybody innocent. Who determines the innocence of the killed? He went further to explain how logical it is that peace be found with these murderous terrorists, whilst no peace may be found with the separatist agitators. Like I said, I bought the only time elected to it. I will put all separatist agitators in the same basket. Because separatist agitation must not, may not, and should never be equated with the madness of Islamic terrorism and Fulani militancy. Never. But these false equivalencies, which are in actual fact lies, have been erected in the Nigerian public space to normalize evil. There is a particularly gruesome reminder of why this should never, and this is not one that is particularly unique because it happens randomly, daily.
See, Fubara don't collect band. Hey. Okay, ADC Vanguard says all APC leaders across the 6 geopolitical zones are currently holding emergency meetings after the confirmation of Peter Obi's defection to ADC. It's 22:03 a.m. Now let's go to Vupara. Vupara don't release.
Follow Fubara. No, they go corner. Fubara, they tell you something. If you dey follow Asuwaji, no dey waka corner. Fubara, they tell you something. See Fubara tell you if you dey support Tinubu, no follow corner. You dey hear wetin I dey talk? We dey support Tinubu, we no dey follow corner. That is the second time. I'm gonna take that one.
Something. Fubara don't release his own too. Anyway, we must create our own Hausa group to confront all Fulanis. Let's see if he spoke English. Okay, let's listen to this.
Now, residents of Masalachi in Tangaza local government area in Sokoto State have reported seeing terrorists fleeing forests after attacks by the United States. The Nigerian government and the United States had struck several forests, including Kawuri, Kamdam, and Malgam, where the Lakura terrorists are based. Reports say several of the terrorists were killed and their properties destroyed. Arise News Chief Correspondent Ferdinand Duroa is in Masalachi to give us updates. Thank you for joining us, Ferdinand. Bring us up to speed on what's going on right there.
All right, thank you so much. And yes, it is the sojourner to ensure that we get exactly the details of what happened on Christmas Day. in the last 48 hours, where we have been going around Sokoto State, we're particularly to places where we did feel the effect. And yes, we went to Jabo in Tambawa local government area, and today we are in Tangasa, where we can confirm to you that is indeed the hub of Lakurawa activities here in Sokoto State. Now we are talking about where the attacks were indeed meant to hit, and we can confirm that yes, the locations were struck. Now we've spoken to some of the villagers, and also some of the traders, because this is a route. After here, from this point, you cross over, and then it leads on to Nigeria Republic, well then leads on to Ghana, leads on to Burkina Faso, leads on to Mali, and from exactly what they've told us, exactly how much travelers from the Sahel, well, you want to call them travelers, or how much migrants from the Sahel have indeed been a destruction to the community, where there's so much fear in the air, so much fear in the air. But then from what they've told us, well, they can confirm that yes, various activities are taking place just behind us in some forest. Well, they mentioned the Kawuri forest, and then also they mentioned the is it Malgam forest, where the actions place, talking about the strikes. And then also some gentlemen told us about the movement of terrorists. Now they actually described how they had moved from one part of the forest, where they call the north, to of course another place. So that's the situation. Well, I'm not alone. I've made this journey with our correspondent, who indeed is on ground here in Sokoto State with me. Nasiru, please join me, and let's indeed take a look at this situation.
Thank you, Ferdinand.
We wouldn't want to say it's that was made, because these are some of the stories that you've reported, including the activities of those coming from the Sahel, who indeed come in, cause disruptions, and go away. But then the only situation right now is that yes, this is the first time that we're getting pictures in Tangasa since that attack on Christmas Day.
Exactly, Mr. Ferdinand. Yeah, Tangasa has a very complicated security situation where the Lakura operated, and also they have bandit, and also a kind of a tribal conflict between the houses and the Fulani. But the coming of the Lakura in 2024, they've been here since 2018, and they've been disrupting the livestock of people. That is what they're specializing in, rustling animals. But with this attack, this bombardment from the U.S. government on Christmas Day, the villagers really confirmed that the U.S. airstrike hit the target, because they could confirm that people are moving and down Malgam, where the Lakura have their base, and even are very, very comfortable digging a borehole and even a well to make it a permanent camp. That particular place has been hit by this attack. Yeah.
Just to interrupt you, well, I think that's one of the revelations from this. We're talking about how much development they say have taken place in some of these settlements in the forest. They talk about boreholes being built, talk about wells being dug by terrorists, and then who indeed come out to cause commotion, cause problems, make it difficult for the people to indeed, have a normal lifestyle, rear cattle, steal, kidnap, and of course go away.
Exactly. They waited until your farm produce are ready for harvest, and they start coming. Either they kidnap and to ask you to sell your farm produce. And in most instances, this farm produce, you have to pay levy to harvest, and after you pay levy, they also come for you. They kidnap the breadwinners in the home, and they know you cannot allow your father or your breadwinners to be with them. You have to pay. So the community here have suffered a lot. I could tell you history of what has been happening. I could remember in 2020, the Gaza was killed right inside the police the divisional headquarters. 6 other police officers were killed also. And in 2021, to just paint the tribal conflict perspective of it, 6 Fulani persons officially reported were killed. But situation here, it's a bit complicated. At a point, the Lakura were even helping the locals to push back the bandit. That was when some local government officials actually confirmed that they have a hand in inviting the Lakura into the community. But at a point, that period, the Lakura were serving as reformers in a way, trying to instill a kind of religion of their own, trying to regulate people, trying to regulate what you wear, what you eat, what you drink, and at the point, they became a problem.
Jeez. Well, some of the historical perspectives to it, but then the news is that yes, before now there have been worries, there have been discussion about trying to get that confirmation concerning the attack, but we can indeed confirm to you precise attacks on some of those locations, and of course it did cause plenty of havoc.
Very good. Ferdinand and Nasser, I've got a question for you. It's one thing to have these strikes, but there's a need to consolidate on whatever achievements you may have gained here. Okay, the reports we're getting that you're just giving us is that some of these terrorists are leaving some of these localities, as it were. Do we have a plan, a sort of plan with the Nigerian troops, perhaps moving in and consolidate their hold on regions that has been, unquote, maybe liberated?
For we are
presence there on the ground. It's not just to have these strikes and then leave the place the way it is, and they come back again. So are you hearing any word on that?
Definitely. For about I think 2 days ago, the defense headquarters did put out a statement talking about some kind of clearance operations, and then also personally I've reached out, spoken to a couple of them, and yes, I did get the same information. Now, for some reasons, we were giving some advice about moving further, though we've been able to get some very interesting pictures. But the truth is, there is need for consolidation, and that's because lots of people are beginning to talk about what happened after now. there are confirmations that they have been able to, they are leaving their bases, and what it means is that they might be looking for some other places to go resettle, and that's even because the community themselves, they want to use this opportunity to come together, rally themselves together, and then for some of the institutions that are not really working, they want to enhance these institutions and then ensure that, yes, they begin to get things like intelligence so that they can indeed help the authorities. Well, beyond that, people are asking, what exactly is going to happen right now? Now, from what we gathered, we gathered that, these persons, somehow, they have been so integrated into the society that in some places that they have even married some of their daughters. And so, lots of people are beginning to say, okay, this is perhaps a time when we can begin to go into their houses, go into those places who are related with them, and then begin to dig in for more information. So there's a whole lot that needs to happen after now. It is one thing to have these strikes, but definitely the government and, of course, the military must consolidate on this.
Indeed, we must consolidate on this and ensure that people can feel safe again in the community. Thank you so much for the update. Ferdinand Duro, Arise News Chief Correspondent.
Now, here is this man talking about Ahmad
has warned Nigeria's political leaders to urgently rethink their commitment to the welfare of the elderly, women, and especially children, cautioning that neglecting education and proper upbringing today poses grave dangers for the future. Afolayan gave the warning at the OC Day 2025 in OC, Ekiti local government area of Kwara State, linking the nation's worsening insecurity to decades of neglect of young people. He recalled that many Almajiri children he encountered in the 1980s have since become armed bandits due to systemic failure and lack of guidance. Addressing the gathering, Afolayan stressed that collective responsibility in child upbringing is critical to national stability. What continued neglect would only fuel insecurity and unrest, effectively breeding tomorrow's enemies.
I will encourage our politicians to go to the drawing board again and look at what.
I beg, let's move on. Now, so Islamic extremism take start for North. Our own will be traditional extremism and thuggery in Edo State. I'm telling you, if those people that touched, that humiliated and embarrassed Don Pedro, if they are not dealt with harshly, there's no difference between the Fulani terrorism and what those thugs did. There's no difference. It will be the same if it is not checked. Now, this is in Ekwa Church. They say living faith pastor kidnapped by bandits in Kogi State.
Effort. Wait, Barrister, I'm asking you again. You mean to tell me that none of these efforts that the president have made is good enough?
It's not.
None of these efforts is tangible enough.
Capital no.
What step would you take?
No.
What step would the president take?
I have told you.
Applaud him.
Hold on. I told you what to do. What are you telling me? The people that are occupying the Benue and Plateau villages, who are they? You are afraid of them, Abi? Then the real villagers are living in IDP camp. No, tell me. Is that not where to start from? The other time you destroy them and people return to their ancestral homes, I will say, yes, something has been done here. Then these other people that don't have a home, they are just roaming about, you now go after them. Is that not how to start? No, tell me. People will come from outside Nigeria, come into Nigeria, take over part of the territory that you swore to protect, and you are not seeing it as a judicial. That is an infringement on your own work, on your own right as the president. They are taking part of your power, part of your sovereignty. For somebody to come from outside Nigeria is take over part of Nigeria. They took over part of Nigeria. And you are there watching. And you're telling me, what effort? That is where to start. Destroy them from there. Then we can know that we now know that yes, you meant business. You meant business. When you destroy them, go to Taraba. They are equally killing people and taking over their land over there too. You are aware of all these things. You are aware of all these things. These are things you're supposed to do right now for a start. Or, please, my dear, is that not simple? Is that not what you're supposed to do? That is where to start. If you are not done it and if you are not willing to do it, then there's no deal here. You don't want to talk. There's no deal. Yes. Start from these particular areas because we know of this. This is something that is within your reach. This is something you can identify with it. Yes, you can identify with it. These other ones you don't know where they are. They're in the bushes and everywhere. But this one, they are taking over a village. Not even many villages. Renamed it. Take over their homes. And they are living there. And the owners are living. You are making effort. What effort?
Please, what effort? That effort is to protect life and property of Nigerians. You are not doing that.
This is it oh. I've come to the end of these videos. So thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you all. Please continue to speak truth to power. Na silence na carry Nigeria enter one chance right now. Silence is my brother, is my sister. I don't want let's cover. Na carry us reach where we enter. So please, when you see evil, call it out. Don't dance around the issues. Don't say because it's your brother, because they wait for you for front. Condolence to Anthony Joshua. Ire o. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.